Welcome, Internet, to the Play Some Video Games podcast. It's your boy, Dat Ninja Dev, joined as always by Donnie, Eat the Hype Reese, and Delvin, who is tired of getting the same Prime Day joke cocks. What the hell Prime Day joke are you talking about?
You know the Prime Day joke where every year they put up the same stupid fucking meme talking about remember who died for Prime Day. It's a picture of dead Optimus Prime. Like, yo, stop telling the same goddamn joke.
I've never seen that before in my life.
I've never
You've
seen
never
this
seen
either.
this. I've seen it. I see it every year for Prime Day. And I'm an Optimus Prime fan.
Riley.
Yeah.
Riley, you ain't wrong about that. She is never on time. But yeah, I've never seen that Prime Day thing. But yeah, you are part of Transformers Twitter, so you would see that.
Yes. That is probably accurate. I'm also part of Prime Day Twitter.
I don't care less about
But
Prime
then
Day.
again, Amazon Prime is trash. Amazon Prime Day is trash. It is not like Black Friday at all. It's
Black
like, hey,
Friday nowadays is trash
Black
too.
Friday's trash too.
Yeah, but it's worse than Black Friday.
It's been a long time since Black Friday's been good, my friend.
It's like, hey,
Yeah.
here's this toaster that was $20. Now it's $19. I'm like, I don't even want that toaster. Keep that shit. It's like,
Yeah,
Hey.
I just forget that Prime Day even exists. I'm good.
here are these eraser toppers that were $6.99. They're now $6.95. Like, you get this bullshit out my face.
Why are you looking up toasters and eraser toppers? Like,
No, because they just show it to you on the screen. Like, as soon as you sign, like, hey, it's Prime Day. Like, oh, that's great.
that's what you see. I mean, my Prime algorithm is very different. I see computer components and things of that nature. You
I
see
can imagine.
toasters and eraser toppers.
Yeah.
We need to work
Some
on
other stuff you can't see on this podcast. I had to stop doing that because see, I'm corrupting the PSVG community. They all
You ain't corrupting nobody. They are
We're
who
not
they are.
corrupting shit. We corrupted ourselves when we kicked Kevin out.
yeah.
This is very true.
Kevin was all about that, like, well, we can't cuss, we can't do this, like, they won't work with. He's very like, we're gonna run an up and up games media site.
Yeah.
And then he went and so did all of that.
Yeah,
I was
this
like,
is not who
listen
we
up, fuckers, new sheriff in town. I was like on my best behavior for like the first 3 years of PSVG. You know, I don't know if it was that long. Maybe not that long. Maybe 2 years.
Maybe. I don't know.
But once
I've never been on that up and up.
once we banished him, all of that shit went out the window, Delvin. That's the only reason we accepted you. That's the only then did you qualify. Like suddenly you became eligible.
They're like, oh,
If I had tried to bring you in before, they would have been like, absolutely not.
yeah, this is like, yeah, can't bring
Delvin
That
was
guy?
like, hey, can I come to PSVG? I was like, exactly what we're looking for.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I love that about our show. I really do.
It's great. It's really great. We
Me too.
got D-Life talking about NBA players' shorts. And like, I need,
Oh my
I need
God.
jiggle physics on the shorts. Like, what's going on over here?
It's a whole different kind of fan service you're looking for there,
Like,
D-Life.
yo, I respect it. Like, hey. Like,
The man likes what he likes, you know?
just play it on Game Pass. You'll get all the jiggle fixes you want.
Johnson going one way, ball's good. The ball's
T-Life was like, let me tell you about the Switch version. What's wrong with it? I'm thinking like, hey, he's like, the shorts. I'm like, what? Where did that come from?
That was nonsense. He was like, it's going to be the Switch version. I was like, isn't that the PlayStation 4 version?
Right.
He's like, I guess. I was like, shorts move there. I went and looked it up. I went YouTube, PlayStation 4, NBA 2K25. Shorts moving.
Ain't moving enough.
So
What an odd thing
Wait a
to
minute.
be looking for.
hang on,
Shorts.
hang on. It's the same D-Life, right? It's talking about 2K on fucking iPad and shit, right?
Yes.
We know fucking for real the damn shorts. So the shorts only matter when he has to buy it. Shorts don't matter when it's on arcade. It's
Exactly.
Apple Arcade. But once he has to buy it on Switch, now he's like, shorts don't move.
I need those shorts physics.
He's one of those damn response time nerds.
Yeah.
He's like, panel
yeah.
slow.
He is.
Can't do it.
Panel
Can't
slow.
do
Shit console, panel slow.
Yeah.
Like, sir, you play streaming. I don't want to hear nothing about
100%.
nothing
It's
you
like,
got
aren't
to
you
say.
Cloud, like, get out of here. He's like, his shorts aren't for me. He literally was like, next year. Like, what? Again, in B-Mox's, he's always waiting for next year. He's eternally a Cleveland fan.
Yes.
The next one. I'm going to catch the next one.
Catch the
Next
next
I'm going to catch the next one. I'm excited Xbox Play Anywhere. Hey, dude, there's a ROG Ally. You can play Game Pass. I'll do it when
Next
Xbox
one.
is doing one.
Yeah.
Xbox is now making ROG. No.
No.
The next one. Like, I'll catch the next one. Like, it's...
Always
shit.
waiting.
Riley. Guys, you want to start that channel?
Jiggle Foundry.
Where we'll just do really close-up shots of all, like, waifus and video game boobs? Like in Judge Jiggle Physics?
I mean, we got to do it for both ends of the spectrum. We can't.
Can we
just
get
do
us-
the-
Gotta have
we gotta do
shorts.
everything.
Yeah,
have
we'll do that
shorts.
too. Yeah, well, we've always been all-inclusive.
Oh
course.
yeah, we're doing it all.
Yeah, we'll do the whole damn thing.
Yes.
We'll get some developers to come in and do interviews on all the techs that go into making a boob jiggle.
Yeah. It's
Like,
gotta
what
be
is
a lot.
this? Rasterization? Voxels? Like, what is this?
Is
Tell
there
us how this is
something
done.
with the ray tracing.
How
that
many
adds
flops?
the extra jiggle? Like,
Do you need to make that booty go? Like, how many teraflops are necessary?
A lot.
Can the Switch 2, can it do it? Is it capable?
that's the real question. Can it be done on the Switch 2? Can
Mm-hmm.
we duplicate this? Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Jiggle
My
Foundry.
favorite, my
Jiggle
favorite
Foundry,
thing
that's incredible.
this week so far has been D-Life trying to convince me that GameFly is like a huge thing that everybody's using.
Wait a minute.
Oh my god.
I saw that conversation.
It was so
and in true Sean form, saw what was happening and decided to, for once, not get involved. I was like, no, I'm not touching this.
the
But
funniest thing
he was like, lots of people have GameFly. And Delvin was like, what's lots? He was like,
Right.
it's like 300,000. Delvin's like, what the fuck? That's not a lot of people.
He was like, no, first he tried to like, it's millions. So I said,
Right,
so I
right.
put a Donnie. I said, let me look this
Let me go
up.
find it.
let me get the receipts.
Let me
And
check
it's
it.
like 375 people. Like,
Total subscribers.
It may
There
be
are
a legit
newspapers
service.
with more subscribers than that.
yeah, so I'm like, it's Mind's Eye has more subscribers than this. More people have played Mind's Eye than fucking GameFly.
I think more people bought Wild Hearts than use GameFly.
Oh yeah.
More people have Concord
Yeah,
than have GameFly.
now.
100%.
There's dozens of us.
Yes.
That was very funny. I was very proud of you in that moment.
Yeah, he was like trying to just tell me, convince, like, I don't know a single person who has GameFly.
For once, Delvin went to the tape. He's like, wait a
Yeah.
second.
Wait a minute.
Reporter,
the only
read that
time it
back?
happens.
Yeah, like,
We got that in 4K, sir.
yeah,
Whoops.
Oh my god.
yeah.
Yeah. Gamefly. Come on.
GameFly.
I used to have
Come
GameFly
on.
like 10 years ago.
Like in the
Right.
80s.
It's been a
Right.
long time. I actually think it was longer than that. It was longer than that.
Back when games were really only physical.
I had GameFly at like right around like when I caught on with Netflix. I'm thinking like 2009, 8 maybe?
Sounds about
Something
right.
like that.
Yeah.
I kept
made
putting
sense.
games in the top of my queue and it kept sending me like number 13. And I was like, dude, fuck this service.
What a glorious day that was. They were trying to convince me that Game Pass is the same thing as Blockbuster.
Maybe GameFly will buy GameStop. If they could combine those two things, you
That's
might be
actually
onto
not a bad
something.
idea.
You might be onto something. If
They might have
GameStop just tanks their
300,000 at
value
76.
enough, maybe GameFly can have like a GoFundMe for their 300,000 fans to like raise the capital to buy GameStop.
It might actually make more sense if they combine companies.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think a
Probably
merger there
would
could
make a
do something.
lot more sense.
Because they have inventory, you could return things local, you could check it out. Like, that could be legit.
That could actually make a lot of sense. Mm-hmm. They need
You have
each
to
other.
wait for things to be mailed out to you. You just go to the local
Go.
GameFly shop and pick it up.
Hey, and don't have to wait for like what they decide to send you. Pick what you want off the damn shelf. They got
long
it.
as it's
Like,
there.
this is what I want to play.
1000%.
Maybe they would have to. They would probably have to put like some sort of delay on brand new titles. Like you probably couldn't get day one titles because they probably wouldn't have enough stock for that.
You just pre-order them.
Yeah,
Just pre-order your rental, and that way they can figure out how much stock
that's
they
a
need.
lot.
Just,
I don't think that works. Not the day one stuff. Because you can't have stock for like in every store across the country for anybody.
A lot of
yeah,
game
no,
stuff don't
no,
even
no.
Carry day one stuff unless
That's what
you
I'm
pre-order.
saying. Unless
Like,
you
at
pre-order,
all.
right? Like you'd be doubling
and that's what I'm saying.
their costs. I don't think that
I've
would
been
work.
to GameStop asking like, hey, y'all
Maybe
got this
okay.
up?
Here's an easy way to do it. It's only for used stuff. That works.
I like it. That works good.
Totally works.
Yeah.
You can put in for day one pre-orders online. They could limit a stock for that. But if you go to the store, you can only check out used stuff. Fixed. We fixed it. We did it.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. We fixed
you
the
did
GameFly. Send the check.
Send the check.
All 300 of you.
Yo, is Redbox still even around?
Hell no. Redbox been gone.
I still have red boxes around. I saw
Do
one
they
the other
work?
day at the grocery store.
Yeah,
I think
they're still there.
I think they've gone like franchise, like private owner operator.
You just reminded me of something that happened to me like a couple months ago. I was going to 7-Eleven and I saw a Redbox outside. So I got excited.
Yep.
I can just go buy me like a $2 DVD or Blu-ray out of here. And you know how it has the cover over it, like the little cover, the screen cover. So as I lifted up, a 6-month pizza just dropped to the floor. Like it's just been sitting there for like months, like an old ass pizza that was stuck to the screen. And when I moved the little cover, it just flopped down, and the screen was cracked. Like, yep, this is over. Like they just never picked this up.
They filed Chapter 7 bankruptcy. The machines, like their website and stuff, no longer functional. So Redbox is done. The boxes are there because they also said we're not picking up or getting rid of any of these. So yeah, they're there.
have
Most of
one
them don't work.
At a Kroger, and the last time I went there, which was a couple months ago, I did like notice it. I was like, "Oh, crazy Redbox!" And I went and looked at it. It was stocked with like the oldest fucking DVDs, like shit you'd pick up at like a.
Yeah.
It was like Blue Streak, you know. It was like fucking.
Yep.
So.
Terrible. All right. Well, enough of our shenanigans. Delvin, what the fuck you been up to?
I haven't been up to much this week. I've been busy as shit, man. It's been a rough week. Besides arguing with D-Life,
It's been a
long,
week.
rough week. Yeah, but I've been playing.
As long as those shorts.
Yeah. Still playing Breath of the Wild. I'm at the one of the Divine Beast for the water one. I just got inside of it. So got to figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm enjoying my time with it.
Is that your first one?
Yeah.
So you're still pretty early on.
Yeah, I got like I want to say I got 7 hearts so far.
You ever get your notes set up?
Nah.
I can
How?
Still send you. I can still send you
How,
stuff.
Delvin? It's the simplest thing ever.
No, what happened was, you never heard this story?
Well,
One day-
I've been gone.
Yeah, one day mine just stopped working.
They just patched it.
I haven't
think
tried
you-
it since the patch.
I think you need to delete the app
think-
and re-download it.
That's what I'm about to do. What happened
I can
was,
still send you stuff.
yeah, it says I get it. It just won't let me pull it out the box. Like, oh,
Sean, I can send you stuff.
I swear to God, Delvin, you be having some of the most ridiculous issues.
yeah. Mine just stopped working. It was like, nah, you have too much stuff. And you're like, I have nothing in my inventory. Nah, it's too much stuff here. You can't pull it out. You have to wait till you progress in the game.
I don't think he knows how to do this.
I don't think he does either.
Yeah,
Nah.
like 100%.
You're
Like
there's
listening
something
to
you're not doing.
like
right.
listening to your boomer parent explain why the VCR isn't working. It's like it's not the VCR. Like he's explaining it to us the whole. You see both of our face. We're like, this doesn't check out.
It's not a Delvin problem.
Like 100%, this doesn't check out. I need Delvin Jr. to FaceTime me. I need a third party to confirm these reports because, sir, I am in the Nintendo universe and I've never heard of anything like this. This would be all over Reddit if this was happening.
I think I sent you the screenshot of what it was saying.
Yeah,
You need
Sean, send me your
MC
QR code.
Ren to figure it out.
Send me your QR code and enable item sharing, and I'll send you all kinds. I got Hylian shields, Lionel gear, diamonds, ancient core. I got whatever you need. I got ancient bows, swords, sheet. I got all that shit.
Anything you need, he got it.
I got it. I
But
got it.
either way,
Switcher, man.
I'm still doing pretty good in the game. It's not like I'm like starving for the stuff. I'm
Yeah, it's
making
cool.
it. I'm
Hey,
surviving.
You could always be
thriving.
doing better. You could be doing better. Just
You know,
saying.
one thing I wish Zelda Notes let us do. I wish I could send you like bookmarks that I place on the map. I wish I could be like, "Hey, go here."
Like Death
there's,
Stranding.
there's cool shit here. Like go here and
Exactly
do
like
this.
Death Stranding.
Is that what Death Stranding does?
Those games are very similar.
Yeah.
They are very similar.
Okay. I don't care enough to fight over it.
I don't want to.
No.
I don't care to fight enough over that, but that's a crazy thing to say.
Yeah. Surprisingly enough.
I wonder if I could charge more than GameFly. I bet I could get more people.
You definitely
You
can. You probably have more
absolutely
people
get
than
more people.
you probably got more people than GameFly now. You try.
But yeah, you got to go to Satori Mountain for Iwata, and you need to mark that on your map and revisit it often.
Okay.
Because all over that mountain are things that'll help you. Like things are hard to find, like Endura carrots. I forget what they're called, but the hardy truffles. When the moon, like when the blood moon happens, and there's a character in the game, it's called the King of the Mountain. He's like this steed that you can
Jeff
capture
Jarrett?
if you want. No, not Jeff Jarrett. But
Double
when
check.
he's there, the mountain glows, and when it glows, on that mountain is a bug tree, and it has like all the bugs in the game that are there, and you can farm them. So like you need to know that location and frequent.
Okay.
All the hardy durians are over there.
Yeah, I just had my first blood moon.
Yeah.
I was like,
I
oh,
love
this is
that.
in this game
Love
too.
that
I forgot it was. I
freaking
didn't realize
game.
it was in the game.
You're not going to finish it.
Oh yeah,
I have zero faith in you. Sir.
Said nope.
I'm gonna finish it.
I have no
you're not.
faith. None.
None.
It was funny because I did the part where you had to go get the shock arrow from the Lionel,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know what happened, but I climbed up the giant mountain that you have to do to get to him. And as soon as I did that, I took the sneaking potion, and almost like he heard me drinking the potion, he turned around and murdered me. And the game kept reloading me at that one spot.
It's funny.
It was like, what the fuck, man?
Heard you drinking the potion.
Like, it was like he heard me because I got up to the top. As soon as I drunk it, he turned around and shot me and murdered me. And I go, well, that sucks. I guess I have to go. I have to drink it before I get up there. And then the game reloaded. I was right in that same exact spot. And
I
he
love
tried to shoot me
when
again.
this game came out, like right ahead of it, like when people went first hands on with it at like E3 that year, they were like, it's Dark Souls, but Zelda. Everybody talked about how hard it was. There were all these mashups of people dying. You died, screen and screen and screen. And it couldn't be like any remotely different than that. Like,
It
it's
is
not that at all.
Dark. It is not Dark Souls, but Zelda.
Yeah, but everybody,
even
yeah, it's like we just had no idea. We did not know, like we couldn't fathom what it was.
Just have to learn the loop.
Yeah, you
And
just gotta
get good
learn the
armor.
game. You learn the game.
I done found the.
There are people who beat that game with no armors and sticks, dude.
Not I.
Like within an hour. I think like within like 30 minutes.
Not I. I have
That's
already
get good.
found two of the fairy ladies
Yeah.
and tried to molest me.
Mm-hmm.
I was cool with that.
Yep.
You know about this,
For
Dev?
sure.
You know I have not played this game for more than like 2 hours. So hell,
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
Fairy ladies molesting you? What kind of
Yeah,
shenanigans?
there's these giant fairies, and if you want to enhance your armor,
Great.
you have to
fairy
give them
fountain.
money.
Mm-hmm.
And when you give them money, they molest you essentially.
They
Either
don't.
they kiss you, they molest you.
She like blows.
She either blows a kiss at. I don't know if she does it in this one. Either she blows a kiss at you, she kisses you, or if you like really enhance your armor, she takes you inside her little
Yeah.
thing
flower.
with you and does something to you.
Little hot tub.
Yeah,
It's all
I
sparkly.
think our definitions of molesting might differ.
Be a little
great
different.
deal.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
would agree.
I don't know. She takes you inside her hot tub.
Does she
Link-
take you inside, or do you go inside willingly?
No, she pulls
Too
you
much
inside.
insider going on right now.
Yeah, you're inside her, Dev.
Wow.
I mean, I'm not understanding the problem here. I'm not seeing how this is.
I don't know if it's
molestation.
consensual from Link.
Facts.
He doesn't talk. He's probably okay with it.
I'm sure if it was a problem, he'd say something.
He should have been wearing
he'd
that.
Yelp or run.
Yeah. We can't say this. We cannot say this.
Hey, she's got a thing for tunics, man.
Look, it is what it is. It's easy access. Just saying.
You can upgrade the climbing gear enough to where you can climb in the rain,
Oh, that's great then.
but it requires a lot. It takes a lot of commitment to get there.
Which means Delvin's never going to do it.
Probably not.
It's not worth it. I didn't even do it on my last run. I was like,
Like I said, I want to beat the game. I beat Breath of the Wild.
Okay. Sure.
I beat Tears
sure,
of the Kingdom, so I'll beat this one. Now, the question is, how long will it take me to beat the game? That's the different thing.
84 years.
That might be accurate.
Exactly.
It might take till we have the next president.
Wow.
If we ever
Is
get
there going to be a next president? I mean,
Probably not.
so you're never beating this game. It's cool. The world will end before you beat this game. World War III is going to happen. You're not beating this game.
I love these, Sean. Sean, I truly cannot believe this is a real podcast that we all listen to.
It's a special place.
I can't believe it either. y'all wanted it.
Yeah, we're here for
I don't think they did.
7.
I don't think they did.
They wanted it. They asked for it.
They never know what they're going to get when they turn this shit on.
That's true.
Not my fault.
It is
It's a little bit your fault.
No, it is your fault. You're the one doing this to people. It is
You
your
are
fault.
absolutely the wild card.
You
Who was
are
talking
the
about
reason.
fairies molesting people?
That's
You.
what happened in the game.
That is not something me or Donnie would have ever said.
Correct.
See,
All Florida man.
I've
But
played this
that's
game
what
and talked
happens
about
in
it
the
for a
game.
decade.
that is what happened in the game.
Her
I didn't
blowing
make
a
it.
kiss.
You are the
No.
reason, Delvin.
Yeah.
You're Hoobastank. You're the reason.
It starts.
I'll start calling you Hoobastank from now on.
I cannot go any further with this conversation based off of what the content is. But watch the videos, people. you can question it yourself. It's a little suspect.
Yeah. I don't think it is, but I'm gonna let you have that.
Yeah. You're a little suspect.
Well, I ain't no
1000%.
suspect. Well, I'm not the one
1000%.
that asked about basketball short physics. I can never
That's true.
believe that was an actual conversation that was had.
I don't see why not. It's D life. There's no reason why that should be anything other than what it is. It's D life. Dilphins.
Sure.
Gamora. Why is D-Life?
He's like,
Yeah.
why are these shorts not moving enough?
Trying to see
So
that thing.
Trying to see that thing swang.
It's just like
See,
Delvin.
John
They're like
number two-
peas in a pod. You remember him
They
with
are.
the dick on the helmet that he was all going on about that
Whoa,
damn.
what?
Remember that game that he was all about? That Hot to Trot game he talked about for like 2 years. What was that game?
I don't know what game that is. I don't think I want to play that
It was
one.
like Ark or something.
I'm sure you played it.
Yeah.
This sounds totally
It was
up your alley.
it was a game. Somebody asked us to like make football uniforms out of a game, and Delvin went to this game that he's brought up several times about the logo just being dong, and you were like,
What game was
Dev, you were like, you just trying to put dong on the side of the helmet. He was like, no, it's the whole game, and like we did a whole bit about it. He does this all the
What game
time.
is this?
This sounds about right. This is
No, I don't remember
totally
this at all.
Delvin shtick. This is what
No.
you do.
My game wouldn't.
Yeah.
My team logo wouldn't be a dong.
Yes, it would.
It'd be ass. It'd be ass.
Ass
Mac
on one
Stein's
side,
ass
dog
would
on
be
the
simple.
other.
Yeah, I don't know what the game was. I thought it was some PC game,
But yeah,
Probably.
ain't D Life from Florida
Ark
too?
Survival or something like that.
Jason, yeah. He was
Yeah,
here. He left.
this is what makes sense. You
left.
two are both Florida.
Peas
That's
and
all that
pod.
needs to be said. Yeah.
He left.
Donnie, what the hell you been up to? I see you've played multiple games
Everything.
here.
Everything.
Listen to Hoobastank.
I'm I feel like I'm hiding. Like I'm locking away from the world. I'm playing and watching anything and everything to not think about anything at all. Like that, like I'm definitely just kind of existing in my own cocoon here
Yeah.
in the past week or so. So I have played SpongeBob, The Battle for Bikini Bottom. I've played Mario Strikers a bunch. I've played 3 seasons of Retro Bowl. I took Death's Door for a stroll. Still playing Street Fighter 6. I just started playing the Plucky Squire, which I'll save for Shaq. I've been watching tons of documentaries and like anime in between. I watched Sinners, if you guys want to talk about that.
Oh,
Yeah,
I loved it.
Yeah.
It was great.
glad you loved it.
Delvin, I stand
Good job.
corrected. I think that movie is incredibly cinematic and would have been better enjoyed on an IMAX screen. Like it's beautifully shot, just generally, and I really liked the effects. Somewhat surprised, having watched it now, surprised at the reaction, like the discourse, but also not, because we talk about this all the time. Twitter really has like the market, like has the market of racism just fucking cornered. Like it is just the place
1000%.
for that to be and exist. And we talk about the WNBA and everything else in life. Everything is just always boiled down to it. Having watched the movie, I was like, man, that sure was a lot of energy that came out of that movie. Like that was crazy. I definitely think maybe an overreach or an overreaction.
Yeah.
Like
1000%.
Did
Skip,
you see?
what a fucking pick me video. What a loser.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
What a ridiculous video. Like, I'm actually glad I saw that video before I saw the movie. It made that video better.
When I saw that video, like, all right, fam.
What a dork. It was great. Very good. I liked it a lot.
There's a lot of intentional weird energy going around things when it comes to black culture. And I have at some point I have to learn to just turn it off.
I got you.
Because it becomes a lot. Because
I do have a question. I'm sorry. I have a question. Dealing with racism, I brought it up while I was watching. My wife didn't have an answer. She generally disagreed with. No, I wouldn't say disagree with me. I was asking out of curiosity. It wasn't that I wasn't like an agree or disagree thing. I was like, was that this? And she was like, no, I don't think so. And I was like, I've got my black friends. I'll ask them. See
Good
what
job.
I forget all the characters. I watched it like, I don't know, last week, right after work. The light skinned girl, that's like the center, of the group that kind of comes and goes.
Yeah,
Was that
talking
like
about Haley Steinfeld.
Yeah, was that like a mixed race, like race mixing kind of statement, or would that be reading too much into that?
It's kind of
it is very nuanced, right? Which I love and appreciate.
It's kind of both, because you definitely have like the white person who is just raised around black people and is part of that culture, so they almost feel like they belong.
Yeah.
But especially in that time period, they can pass. You still get all of you just look at like you're white. Like my mom, for example, you wouldn't think she was black. Like unless you really know, she just passed. So Haley Steinfeld's character just kind of she got that pass, and she was raised around all the black people. But it's like, nah, you're still white.
I meant, but like her. I meant more for that. She's the one. I meant more like symbolically, like she's the one that essentially brings them to the door, right? Like she's the first and comes back. And like I was wondering, I was like, is that like something that's going on? Are they trying to like?
Yeah, that was
like
intentional.
Okay.
That was intentional.
Yeah,
and I was just like, if it was very nuanced, but. I mean, I picked up on it. And I was like, I feel like this is my wife was like, I don't think so.
It's like Captain Save-A-Ho, basically.
Yeah,
like
it was intentional.
Okay,
1000%.
I'm up and up. I had the whole thing down. I loved it.
You were right.
It was really
it
good.
was very intentional. Almost brilliant.
I also don't like the comparisons to Dusk Till Dawn.
I didn't see any of that because
I think people got
that.
It was a ton of it. I think people made a comparison.
Plain and simple. I don't care what
because of the
nobody has
second
to
half
say
of the
about
film.
that.
I still follow several like horror channels, like online, my blogs, like my reading and stuff, and Reddit, follow several Reddit, and that was a frequent thing that I saw was like, I saw a lot of people trying to like call it derivative of Dusk Till Dawn. I was like, no,
it's not at all.
Like that's calling like every
weird.
slasher, copying, Texas or something. Like you can have differences, and those differences matter a lot. And this one is extremely different than that.
Yeah,
in tone, theme, and lots of different ways. So
at no point did I ever think Dusk Till Dawn while watching that movie.
Yeah,
That's
neither
so
did I.
weird.
And so like I generally get it. Like okay, vampires at the door. They come in. Like okay,
at a party.
But that's a
essentially.
shit ton of like. There's a lot of movies
shit
like
ton
that
of
too.
movies.
Like this movie's doing a little bit more to it than that. Give it its credit.
There was a lot
Love
of
the
things.
music.
The music was fantastic.
Oh, fantastic! Very.
There was
good.
a lot. There was a lot of weird conversations about this movie that I didn't quite understand. Like even the whole thing about them saying it's not really a horror film. Like,
Yeah, no, it's a horror film.
It's a horror
not
film. Like,
it's not a particularly scary
it's not like a
horror film.
It's not a
but
scary
it's a horror
one.
film, and by like comparative standards, it's not definitely nothing we've seen way worse, but
Yeah,
gorier than average.
yeah. It's
It's
not
got
a
little-
PG-13
it's got-
horror film.
It's got a little blood to it. Like it does a
Yeah.
little more than.
Can you, be PG-13 and be horror? Is that a thing?
Oh yeah, you can.
Yeah, lots of them. I think
A lot
Conjure's
of 'em are.
PG-13, right?
Is it Megan that?
I would say Annabelle.
Yeah, quite a few of them are.
Yeah, that's the whole
I
thing.
don't watch
Teens,
these
man.
things.
Teen screams.
I haven't looked at an actual rating in I don't know how long.
But yeah, no, I definitely enjoyed it. My wife and I did. I was like, man, that was good. I should have saw it in theaters.
Yeah,
I mean, it was great on the surround sound and stuff too. But like it was it's so pretty at times. Like
It is.
I'm not sure. However, whatever they're capturing on it, just really clean look. Like and like I don't know the right way. I never know the right way of describing like what I see in my head, but just like very like like a lot of ambiance, a lot of aura. To like the
Yeah.
shots. I was like, this is stellar stuff here.
they did a really good job of making you feel like you was in that time period.
I've
I
never
really appreciate
seen
that.
an actual cotton field.
Really?
Yeah, and I saw
Oh, that's
that in
surprising.
the movie, and I was like, "Wow, it's
Not in
actually
Georgia?
it's actually really
So-
pretty." But I've never seen one.
We have them in Bakersfield.
Wow,
I had some friends come visit me in LA,
I
and they
didn't
drove
think
by
anything
cotton
could
fields, and they were
fucking
like, "Where the
grow out
fuck
there."
do you have us?" This is where
just
all the
imagine-
produce. 70%
you-
of the country's produce comes from Bakersfield.
what's that? What like the tumbleweed that rolls by, like the old saloon and like the dust? When you say Bakersfield, that's where my head is.
That's where my head went to until I moved out here. That's not the case. Again, 70% of the produce for the country come from Bakersfield. So the crazy thing is, I saw tumbleweed in Northridge, like in the valley. I've never seen tumbleweed out here.
Wow, very green, huh?
It's not so much that it's green. It's just that there's fields for produce, but it's still dry.
I've seen well when I was younger, I used to see cotton fields in Georgia. A lot of
I've never been out to that.
yeah, but you
Like,
you probably have been out to the country.
So
part
I've
of it.
driven down through there, but maybe I passed by one when it wasn't in bloom.
Probably.
That's on the table because I've driven to Florida and Savannah several times, but I've never seen the picture of the movie of like the field, like the horizon, like that almost looked like water. I was like, "Yo, that's nuts!" I've never seen anything like that in my
nice
like
looking.
in person.
Bingo, Snurch, Chatsworth, Tumbleweed Central.
It's
Unrelated, not that I want to tangent off of this too fast, but I actually did watch a documentary about some trailer park homeless camp somewhere in the middle of LA and Phoenix. And all the crazy, like, I wouldn't say crazy, but all of the zany people that live out there. And it was like the most boring but entertaining movie. Like, I was just like, these people are crazy. Nuts. I kind of love that stuff. But yeah,
Okay.
I've been playing lots of games, watching lots of movies, watching lots of, like I said, like kind of in a cocoon, like in a shielding myself from whatever's happening.
Escapism at its finest.
100%.
what that is.
100%.
Tubi's
on
I've been
fire.
doing a little bit.
Tubi's got tons of documentary, tons of anime. I was watching that. Amazon. Like, I've just been bouncing around, watching a little GBZ.
Okay.
Kind of doing all that stuff.
Nice.
I was watching I watched the rest of Squid Games, and I loved except the final episode. And I watched I started watching again. I watched this in so long. The Wire.
Oh,
Nice.
God. I almost started watching that yesterday.
That's killer.
Yeah,
When I
watched,
texted you about the Boondocks, it was between the Boondocks or the Wire.
Yeah, I was watching The Wire last night. I think I got it like through 3 episodes of it. What a great show! What a fantastic show!
I tried to
forget
get
where.
through some of the Squid Games on the plane, but I was just way too tired. So I got through like the first 45 minutes of the first episode, and that was it. I just fell asleep, so I didn't watch any more of that. I did watch all of Ironheart though, which I thoroughly
need to watch
enjoyed.
that.
I really enjoyed that.
I don't know what that is.
Let me tell you
It's
about
Marvel.
the fuckery that Disney Plus is doing now. All right, so
I got to delete
Now, when you
somebody.
say Disney Plus is doing, I'm assuming it's just doing it to you.
I got to delete
oh,
somebody.
apparently, well,
Add-
this is a me problem. So, if you use your Disney Plus in more than one place, but since I have my own place and my kids stay with their mom, a lot of times they stay with me. Eventually they'll be like, "Hey, you're not at your home place. Do you want to say that you're away from home?" And you can say yes. You only can do that so many times, and they're like, "Well, you can't use Disney Plus until no more for a while," and they'll basically cut you off from Disney Plus for I want to say it's probably like a month, or for the rest of the month.
I think that's only in Florida because I have people in Texas. I have
Who shares your Disney Plus?
Yeah,
It might be a Florida thing.
yeah, because I have both. Jermaine has my Disney Plus, and so do my kids' godparents, and they're both in Texas. And not one time have we ever had that issue. And then my boy Doug also has it. He's in LA, and he frequently goes out to Tulare, which is past Bakersfield. We've never had that issue.
Yeah, and see is that around the same time Netflix was doing it, Disney Plus down here started doing that. And one, it's annoying as shit. And two, with Netflix, as long as you're using your account by yourself, it's fine. Disney Plus don't give a fuck. It's like, so you're in another area. I guess you can't use it no more. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I ran into an issue with Netflix in my house because I have dual routers with dual networks, and people touch different networks, and occasionally I get you can't use this, but then you can bypass it. You can sign in and be like, "No, this is me." You have the two-factor, and you can get across it.
Disney Plus doesn't do that. They'll let you do it a couple times, then they're like, "Nah, you just locked out."
I've never had that. I'm looking at Disney Plus right now. I got somebody's logged in Van Nuys. I've got somebody logged in Westminster, Maryland. I've got people logged in Prosper, Texas, as well as...
Damn, he's checking your theory like you did D-Life.
Yeah.
He went right to the tape.
Mine's like, fuck that.
Thing.
Like, nah.
Yeah, well, I'm even still logged into
Well, Delvin's is broken, Dev.
Yeah,
Just
Delvin.
like Zelda knows.
Broke. Let me ask, maybe it's if you're doing it on your TV. Probably.
No. There's some TVs. There's some Chromecasts here, a Roku, a PC.
Well, mine's be like, nope.
Just you.
You are away from home. And then
Just
you put
you,
in, I am the... No, see, John 32 said he had the same problem.
He's trying so hard.
No. Nah, son. I know what I see. It ain't me.
The web.
See,
we
John,
spend
it's just
sometimes.
Canada and Florida. It might be. They done cut off our porn. They done cut off our Disney Plus. They like, fuck.
They started doing that shit in Georgia too.
Ooh.
My girl at work told me, she was like, "You know they canceled." I was like, "I did not." She was like, "What am I supposed to do?" So
Yeah, it definitely happened with Netflix. So everybody got kicked off the Netflix. But for Disney Plus, I've not had that issue ever.
And it's fucked me up because I just like, and it's weird because it doesn't do it with Hulu, but my Hulu is on the same Disney
that's
Plus.
because they need as many people to watch Hulu as possible.
I can
They're
put
like,
1,000 people on my Hulu.
Please give it away. We need the numbers.
Yeah, help us.
That's why
out,
we
please.
get Ubisoft games. We get Ubisoft games for the numbers.
Just take it. Here, just take it.
They're like, we had 2 million people play, Skull and Bones this week. And it's like, yeah, because you gave 2 million people the game.
Skull and Bones. You gave everybody the game. They're giving out free tickets.
Yeah, sorry, Delvin.
Yeah,
I call bullshit.
it ain't bullshit. It's just
I will tell
it's just
D-Life,
Delvin.
I'll have to sit down and actually kind of think about some thoughts ahead of Shaq, but I'm digging the Plucky Squire a lot.
Nice.
Oh, okay, that's good.
That's a pretty good game.
I remember when that game came out, people shitted on that game.
Yeah, I'm not sure how
They
much
were-
it's changed since then. It's got tons of updates. I think I saw they're doing another update now, like this week or next week. So they even have more updates coming. But
Now
I
this
like it.
motherfucker shows up.
I like it a lot, dude.
Now
it's
all of a
really
sudden,
good.
D-Life is here.
Lucky Squire,
There's one
hasn't
section
talked.
of the game that ran kind of bad, but once it powered through it snapped back in. It's pretty good.
He hasn't talked for 40 minutes. He heard all that basketball shorts talking like, I'm out. All of a sudden, Plucky Squire, he's all of a sudden showing up.
I'm back.
Speaking
Oh,
of
man.
language. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying your escapism and doing something that's much more joyful than the current shit that's happening.
Yeah, just
in
kind
our
of
world.
like electing to not participate in that.
Yeah,
Which-
yeah.
Naive, cowardly, maybe, but personally, inner self, very much much improved.
Yeah, you also deal with emergency management, so you it's okay.
Well,
you get to
I
escape.
can give you a small little insight of my life right now with that. I have been getting text messages from people in my family now because they're starting to figure out things and they're starting to see things on social media and they're starting to ask me questions now, like, is this true? What is this true? What's going on
To
with
ask
this?
Grok.
Yeah,
They're using me as Grok.
so
And
they're
it's
fucking around
thing
and finding out, huh?
because cause I'm not gonna be vague. A lot of because my kids are half Hispanic, so a lot of their family members are asking, "Hey, is this thing true that they're doing right now? Hey, I see this going on.
Turn on the television. Come on.
That's the thing. They're getting their info off of Facebook, and they were believing shit like, no, this is what's
Facebook's
going on.
hold
God.
on those generations is
Yes,
like it needs to be
it's
studied.
bad. It's bad. It's really bad.
I've talked to you guys offline about it because you guys know it's like a real problem, but I bring it up often. My mother-in-law is like fucking lost to it, dude. Like you can't. It's all she's like at every moment she's just staring at her phone doing it, and it's just Facebook. It's just nonstop.
It's
Jesus.
bad. I have to like clear up stuff all the time now. Like, hey, this is actually what's going on. Like, oh, that's worse than what I thought it was. Like, yeah, maybe you should have voted for the fucking person I told you to vote
That's
for.
sad
Stupid.
because it is worse than we thought it would be. It's worse
Yeah,
than we all thought
literally.
it would be. Like it
Literally.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's spot on.
And this is exactly what they were counting on, you people to be just completely
people.
uninformed. Oh, the people that, have voted for him. People that Delvin's talking to. The
And it's
people
funny.
who, for some reason, think that they're part of the other people, and they're not.
I shouldn't be saying this.
Just say it.
This is bad.
Uh-oh.
But sometimes, just to be a dick, when they send me stuff like that worrying, I send them that video of the Cuban people dancing on the boat saying I voted for Donald Trump.
Yeah, as you should.
Wow.
As you should.
Like, so I was out here banging the pots
Again.
and pans.
Y'all fucked around. Now y'all about to find out, and we are out of it. We are no longer helping. We don't care about your causes. It's
I
too
have to
bad.
help. I have no choice. These people are still adjacently my family.
You just got to keep the ones that are actually with you. You don't have to worry about the
Yeah.
other ones. I'm just saying.
I ain't gotta help all of them. Gotta help all of them. Gotta help all of them. Some of y'all can go.
Yeah, for real.
Some of y'all like, all right, peace.
Yeah. But yeah, much like you, Donnie, I've been doing the same. I don't be on the internet because no,
Nice.
thank you. Just I'm good. I'm gonna sit here and
This has nothing
I've
to
been
do with
watching
like
a lot of shows.
current events. This got nothing to do with that. This has been like a year plus thing in the making. I have like kind of stopped listening to podcasts like altogether.
Yeah, same.
Oh,
Like it's
Same.
been like a dwindling thing, and like I just noticed it the other day. I was driving listening to music, and I was like something happened, like a sports story happened, and I was like, I haven't listened to podcasts in months, and I had to like
Yep.
go open. I had to log in to my app, like I had been logged out, and it's just something that I've just been noticing. So it's definitely permeating. Like I'm just kind of keeping it small,
Yeah. Take me back to the 90s where I could just disconnect and not have
Kinda.
to deal with shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm good.
Kinda.
So I ain't been on the internet. I ain't been looking up stuff. While I was in Maryland, I had no idea what was going on. I didn't care.
I kind of love that about Blue Sky because it feels so small.
yeah.
Like there's news that happens that doesn't even make its way to Blue Sky. Like there's not enough people that are talking and care enough to talk about it. I kind of like. I think today, like I got really into work for like a couple hours, so I went like maybe 3 hours without looking at Blue Sky. Now, obviously, I keep a really tidy following. But I opened up my follows list and I refreshed it, and like I had missed like 4 posts. like within that time. Like it was still basically right where I left it. I was like, oh shit. Like I kind of like that about it. Some of the sports folks, I did follow some of my old sports follows on Blue Sky, and I see them every now and again. They're like, there's just no engagement. There's nobody talking to me here. I don't know how long I can keep doing that. And I'm like, that's kind of why I like it though. You know, like I'm totally down with like a personal Twitter. Like it could just be me. Like I could just be posting to it and not see anything else and would be fine. But the few folks I keep up with, you know, when we ask for questions and stuff, like I kind of like it. It feels small.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what's up. I mean, that's great.
That's
I
dope.
just, you know, all of my social media comes from basically like the Google feed of just news, and it's all curated for me.
Yeah.
It's nobody's like blog or anything like that. It's nobody's post. It's literally just news articles. So it's been
That's
great.
good.
And I've been disconnected, and much like you, I've been watching shows. I haven't played a video game.
What you watching?
So was watching the Boondocks last night. That was great. Finished Ironheart.
Show.
We went back to we started Stranger Things, so we're back. We're in season 1, almost at the end of season 1 of
You
Stranger
started
Things.
over.
Yeah,
Is it
'Cause
over yet?
we're-
Is like the new one out?
no, the new one comes out in November, so it's actually like they're doing it in 3 parts. So November, like right before
Are those
Thanksgiving,
kids like 30 now?
they
Yeah,
are
they're-
old. Oh,
They're doing
my
the.
God.
They coming out with seasons like Japanese animes. Like every
They're gonna
3
have
or
to
4
like
years.
have,
Here's a
they're
season.
gonna have like a big time skip or something.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think it's a big time skip at all. But
It is
they're
a
just old.
continuation.
It's just makeup. Yeah,
They
Wow.
keep
they're in,
Some
high,
of those
they're,
boys
they're in
look
high school now.
I was like, some of those boys look completely different.
Oh yeah, they look totally different. But you know,
Yeah, 'cause they're
movie
grown.
makeup. They're
They're
Yeah,
like
adults.
no, I know.
They're like in their mid 20s.
Right, but they're not going to pass. It's not going to pass like the Goonies kids on their bikes. That's not going to pass anymore.
Oh,
It does.
if you watch,
These fuckers have mortgages, man.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
you
you think
watch
about it, like we was watching all the shows we watched. All right, all those kids were 30 playing high schoolers. It's no different. It's the same thing.
No,
it's a
I
little
think
different.
you can pull up some memes of the parents on those shows we grew up with that we thought were 60, they were just 39.
yeah.
There's a lot of that in those shows for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I also mean like the kids who were playing the high schoolers were like 25.
They were
Yeah.
20s.
Yeah.
But I think the difference is these Stranger Things kids were actually like 13, 14, and now they're like 24, 25, still playing like 17-year-old. They look 24, 25.
yeah. Okay, I'll take
make
your
up-
word for it.
the
Doesn't
makeup
matter.
works, but
It
yeah.
doesn't matter.
The-
You're rewatching it. You're enjoying it. That's the
Yeah,
important.
just going through
Yeah.
it. We're
Very
at the
cool.
end of season 1. We're gonna pick that up and keep going, so we can basically lead right into when they start the final season in November.
I'm gonna have to do that because I absolutely hate that it takes so long for their seasons now.
Yeah, I mean it's the last season, so you don't have to do it anymore. So
It's like
you got
every
one
other
left.
year we got a Stranger Things season.
I tuned out. I think somewhere in season 2, maybe the end. I don't remember.
Probably
Yeah,
because of
we
that.
know.
I stopped watching.
yeah,
like
we
when
know
the
if you-
episodes
if it's
started to
long,
be-
it's too much.
When the episodes started to become movies, they're like, actually, this season is like 7 movies. I was like, nah, I'm good.
That was
you would-
season 4. The rest of them were all still like an hour long episodes.
Oh,
Okay.
Donnie, you would hate UK TV shows because they do that exact thing.
Maybe I got to
The
season
fir-
3.
A lot of UK TV shows, the first season episodes are like an hour each. Then the next season, an hour 30, an hour 20. They just turn like mini movies.
I'm good for that. I'm okay to sit there for a while. I'm totally okay to just.
That's
I watch. I like a lot of UK
I mean, I'm
shows.
doing it. I'm watching
Sherlock?
other things. I just for
Luther?
whatever reason with
Luther's my favorite show.
I'm
watch
also
Luther.
I'm just not generally into. I've lost a lot of appeal for like, I don't know, like scripted TV.
Oh,
That's the only thing I want to watch.
I'm the opposite.
can't
I've gotten
stand
back into
reality.
strip TV.
That's
Yeah, I've gotten out
that's
of
all I
reality
want to
TV.
watch. Just give me sitcoms, give me scripted. Just give me all of that.
That's kind of how I am like lately with like documentaries. Like I only want to watch like real things.
I'm good.
I kind of want to watch a good documentary too. I do want
My
to watch
wife
a
is
good
the documentary person. She's trying to get me to watch Poop Cruise.
Yeah, we did that.
documentary on Netflix. I'm like,
Yeah, I ain't watching that.
It's
eventually,
wild.
I'm gonna watch this Arcane instead. I'd rather do that.
Sure.
So I restarted Arcane because that fucking shit is great. What else? I'm watching something with my daughter. I can't remember what it is, but she's got me watching all kind of stuff. So her and I are on the same like wavelength when it comes to what we like in shows. So I've got my partner now. So it's great.
That's good.
killer.
Yeah. But that's
Watch
really
old
all I've been
Scooby-Doo.
doing. Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, Scooby-Doo, where are you?
Wow.
The
I started
old-
watching SpongeBob and Pokemon.
The first 5 seasons of SpongeBob are really good. It gets to the point where it gets like
Days watching Pokemon.
I like the Fairy Odd Parents better.
that's a great show too.
Like I like SpongeBob, but I don't love SpongeBob.
SpongeBob gets to the point in the latest season where it gets like it's like they lean too much into the kids side of it. Like the early
I already feel that way about it now. Like it's like I don't know. It's hard to explain. There's like a random silliness to it. Not like I'm not anti-silliness. Like I like the Animaniacs and stuff. It's like SpongeBob's its own flavor of silliness.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just not as into.
Yeah, like in the later seasons, it gets a little bit ramped up. Like the earlier seasons, I know that because me and my son's a huge SpongeBob fan. He analyzes that stuff just like I do. The earlier seasons have a lot more like adult type jokes into it that you have to catch and notice. In the later seasons, they get rid of all that. It's just like this is the kid show.
Gotcha. Yeah. I don't think it's like eclipsing any of my old favorites, but I'm not watching it. Like I like having it on.
Oh.
Jack likes watching it from time to time, so it's just kind of on.
How you like the game? I meant to ask.
Yeah, I I like it a lot more than I thought I would, to be honest.
It's fun, right?
Had I not just like wandered off into Plucky Squire, I probably would still be playing it and plan to go back to it when I'm done with Plucky. It's super simple, right? There's nothing to it. It's a kid's game, so don't get too excited.
Yeah.
But it is like very
Relaxing.
satisfying, relaxing, and it's kind of fun to play. Yeah. So it's 3D platforming. You just kind of wander around and collect these things, and there's a couple enemies. You do this little spin move, but like there's not a lot to it. But yeah, it does have like a chase the dragon kind of. There's a zenness to it, oddly.
Yeah. I enjoy them. There's good, relaxing games to play when you want to just turn your brain off and just kick back, relax, and play something. I like it.
I think that it's so simple. I think I was digging it because it's so simple. Like you don't read or anything. Like you know exactly how to play this game. Like just skip through everything and start playing.
Feels like old PS2 games. Like,
It does, yeah.
Play it. Yeah.
It does.
And I kind of dig that about it.
Yeah, it's a good game. Glad I bought it. I got both of those games I got one for 17 and the other one for 18.
I didn't like the Patrick Star one as much, but they have the other SpongeBob games that are pretty good. The new one that they made based off of the first one, the one that you have, it's pretty good. I can't remember the name of it right now.
Yeah, I just liked them because they were cheap. Cheap Switch carts to go on the shelf.
Yeah, I got it.
That's all that was.
build the
And then I
shelf.
started playing and I was like, you know what? This is not half bad.
Yeah.
Not
They're
amazing, but I've played a lot of games worse than this.
Yeah.
Nice. Only other thing I've been watching, we watched all the Jurassic Park movies.
Did you
Ready
watch
for
the
the
new
new
one?
one?
No, we haven't seen the new one, but my wife wants to see it. But after reading what it is, I'm like, I don't want to see that at all.
Are they still doing all the weird like sci-fi breeding stuff?
I mean, that's always been what Jurassic Park was. So,
Well, I guess you're right, but like they started to get weird with it, right? It
Is
started
Chris
to,
Pratt still in it?
Fucking super monsters.
Chris Pratt isn't
and you
in
could-
this one.
You could talk
Oh,
to
thank
them,
God.
and you know what I'm saying. Like it started to get weird.
Talk to. I mean, what? Talk to them.
Like he started like didn't he like he was like, "Don't bite me," right? He put his hand up and shit.
Yes.
You know, it's like
He did.
we didn't just watch the Velociraptors like rip everything apart
He was.
Oh,
Chris
because
Pratt.
he
was-
trained them or
yeah.
some bullshit. He started to act like
kinda
they
had
were
to-
like
but
dogs.
they still were bucking up on him. So it wasn't like you
Dude,
can
they
just
didn't
walk
eat
up
his
with-
face off, which is what should have happened.
They almost did.
Like it got weird. Jurassic got it went a little too far off the reservation for my liking.
yeah, I
Like
was
even the
totally- I
second
totally
one
good
was
with it.
kind of that way for me. Like with the corpo and everything, I was like, oh, don't do this.
Oh well, I enjoyed it very much. I liked all of the Chris Pratt ones. Like I really enjoy that because it takes it in a different direction. I'm here for
Wow,
it.
you
I
would.
enjoyed it.
That-
They're
that-
running down the mountain in that bubble and shit. You were like,
I
that's
did
my
not.
shit.
Yeah,
I
I
did
thought
not
that's
like
cool.
Oh,
Chris Pratt was.
Dev, no.
Yeah.
I think I only
Look.
liked the first Chris Pratt one. The rest
Let's
was
just keep it. Let's
horrible.
keep it a buck. We do not like the same stuff.
Facts.
Like it just is
Facts.
what it is.
No, you're right. Like
So,
I
yeah.
generally think I kind of only really like the first Jurassic Park. Like the other one,
think
like
that's most people.
I think two's all right, not nearly
don't
as
like
good as the
2.
first one. 3 is like worse than 2, and so like, and I kind of didn't like the rest after that.
Yeah, 2 and 3.
Like, watch them, but
I've watched like once or twice.
like
Not
when
a
they
big
had
fan,
like what
but
was the one where like they reopened the park and like everybody like there's all the iPads, right? And then like they've got all the digital like center and stuff.
That's
Which one is that
Jurassic
one?
World. That's Chris Pratt. That's your Jurassic World.
Yeah, that was where I really got off the ride. I was like, dude, this is terrible.
Yeah, I
love that shit.
really like that one.
Wow.
I like Jurassic World.
really
I like
are
Jurassic
different.
World. I like Jurassic World. I ain't like the rest of them after that.
I like those too because it goes into a different thing where now you have dinosaurs like in the world. What does that look like? You've got people really fucking with DNA and creating a locust horde. What does that look like? I like that kind of stuff.
Just a dinosaur in Compton. That's just what we need.
Yeah, yeah.
Just rolling dice.
So yeah, I thoroughly enjoy that one. But the new one, Rebirth, just kind of like says no, that didn't happen. And
Thank
I'm like,
God.
That's what I thought it was.
Maybe I
thought it
should
was-
watch that one.
I thought it was a reboot, like a return to form, but then I saw a couple things online that make it sound super kind of still weird and sci-fi. I was like, oh, maybe this
oh
isn't
yeah,
for me.
it is. It is still weird and sci-fi. But you know me, I love weird and sci-fi.
No, no,
That's
you're
what
right. I was
wanna
thinking
watch.
when you said it, I was thinking of like the Animus. I was like, of course you love this shit.
Yeah.
Like 100%. Yeah.
That's a
I
good
love
question,
Detective
Sean.
Pikachu the movie. I love Detective Pikachu, Sean. You're right.
Oh, I love
really
Detective
enjoyed
Pikachu movie.
I
That
did
was
too.
a great
It's
movie.
It's a great
It's a
movie.
great movie. But yeah, so Jurassic Park Rebirth basically says, yeah, all those dinosaurs that lived in the world, yeah, they couldn't survive, so they all died out.
Oh,
So now we have to go to this one place where there's this is the one place that they can still live. So we have to go there to get this DNA sample or whatnot to try to cure cancer. So I'm like, so you basically just retconned everything that happened in the previous movies. And I'm like, I'm good. Because we also there's a show called Camp Cretaceous, which basically deals
Jack
with
was into that. I remember that.
that shit is awesome. It's basically dealing with like a summer camp at Jurassic World during the fallout and these kids that survive it.
oh, that's
So
that kids show, right?
Mm-hmm.
That looked cool.
Yep. It was dope. I really,
It looked,
me and the
it
family
looked
really
better
enjoyed
than
it.
that Fast and Furious kids show they had. Like, this shit looks
It was
awful.
a Fast and Furious kid.
They made a video game off of that on Switch that
Yeah,
I've seen like probably just the kids, right?
yeah.
Like by all accounts, like its Metacritic is terrible. But you see that thing on Amazon and people fucking love, like I'm intrigued. I'm like, I've seen it for so many years that I'm curious to try. Like, I'm like, do I have to buy this fucking Fast and Furious game? Like, what am I missing out on? There's something here. Cause kids love that fucking game.
yeah.
Mm.
I tried to watch the show. It's not good.
I didn't even know there was a show.
There's a
This
show.
is news to me.
The main character is like Vin Diesel's cousin.
Yeah, the actual characters aren't in it. There's a whole
Yeah.
different crew.
It's like,
Stranger Things, but Fast and Furious.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it's
That's
just
weird.
kids. Fast and Furious Little Giants. Is
Yeah,
what
pretty
that
much.
is.
What are they doing?
Driving
Fast and Furious
cars.
shit. Yeah.
But they're
Driving
kids.
Yeah. Doesn't matter.
Our cartoons were way better, dude.
What? Yeah,
Yeah,
way
this sounds
better.
terrible. This sounds terrible.
Way better.
We had the Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah.
As kids. They got nothing.
I don't know if I had the Powerpuff Girls as kids.
That's true. Yeah, you didn't.
I was in
I'm
high school, probably.
Pretty sure
What
I was
year
in high
Powerpuff
school.
Girls? I'm looking
He had a
this up.
real job.
Yeah, I
Man
gotta
was
look
paying
that up.
taxes. Man was paying taxes.
I watched
in
Powerpuff Girls. I was a huge.
I did too.
Yeah, you owned property when the Powerpuff Girls came out. What the fuck you talking about, Delvin? You're older than him.
What's the
Like,
green
did you
one?
see him slide that in there? He was like, I definitely was there. I remember. Like,
Yeah, I remember Powerpuff Girls. Mrs. Cerebellum.
Yeah,
Let's go.
1998. So I was
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, I was
I was a junior in high school.
a senior. Yeah.
Yeah, but
was in,
Buttercup,
like-
that's my
I was
girl.
in, like,
I love
fifth
Buttercup.
grade.
Ooh.
Professor
Mojo Jojo.
Mojo Jojo.
Great shit.
There's a new anime on Amazon that I gave a look. It's called Panty Stockings, and it's kind of like Powerpuff Girls.
I have never heard of this anime.
I think it's like it's on their big dash. Like when you open the app, it's like I think it's one of like their big original projects.
Is this it? New panty and stocking with garter belt. Is that it? Yeah, it got to be a
Yeah.
2025 anime.
Yeah,
Our style's cool.
What?
yeah.
And this is on what?
I watched it. I wasn't like an overly enamored. It was fine, but it reminded me of Powerpuff Girls.
It has that kind of Powerpuff Girls Samurai Jack anime style. It's cool.
Yeah, it does. Yep, exactly.
I'd watch it.
And there's like a big fight in the city and everything, the big monsters. I was like, yeah, it's just like a new Powerpuff Girls. It's not awful.
Oh, Samurai Jack. I gotta rewatch that.
Great
I
show.
loved Samurai Jack.
Depressing ass ending.
Well, no, I never got to the ending.
Oh, it's depressing as fuck.
Check that out.
I'm shocked how depressing it is. Like, this is still a kid show?
It definitely wasn't a kid's show.
Yeah, it was on It was on
It was on Cartoon Network. Doesn't mean it was
Swim.
a kid's show.
Then they
Right.
moved it to Adult Swim. Yeah, and the last season was on Adult Swim, and the way they ended it.
Yeah. Cowboy Bebop, Adult Swim. Not a kid's show.
Not a kid show.
Yeah.
Powerpuff Girls. Good shit. All right, Donnie. We've
We gotta
been
talk about this
rambling
news.
long enough. Let's get into the horror that
we have
is
to?
some of this news.
Yeah, so we have some Xbox updates after whatever happened last week. As I said last week, I thought that was kind of just the beginning. We'd find out more. And we started to find out things day after day. So one of those things was apparently Romero Games, John Romero, whose autograph I have over there, had a contract with Microsoft to make a game for them. We don't know what it was, but as soon as Microsoft said we've closed a lot of projects, Romero Games started letting go of their people and said that they were shutting down. So you can tie one and one together. Certain employees made statements either on LinkedIn or on socials that essentially got reported that the studio was closed. After that started to get bounced around because everybody was like, you guys, Xbox killed Romero Games. The studio did put out a statement stating that they were working with publishers trying to resurrect the project and keep their current employees. So I think it was like, we don't have enough money to pay you, so like go home. Like you can find another job if you want, but like we're going to try to find more money to bring everyone back and keep it going. So if we ever see from them again, maybe this project gets saved, but if not, I mean, I'm not going to be like, I'm in tears about it, but Romero hasn't released, like, I don't know, I wasn't on, needles waiting for John Romero's next game, right? He did like Empire Sin, Daikatana and stuff. He's had a couple, good, bad, but nothing's like really blown up. But still, I looked at this more for what this matters to Xbox and Xbox customers. This made me think, and I think I shared this on Empire with Sean, or Xbox Drive. This made me consider like how much money did they just pull out of Game Pass?
Mm-hmm.
Like if this game got pulled, what other projects got pulled? What other commitments got pulled? What indie games got pulled? And I just hope that's not the case, right? I hope they're not pulling back on Game Pass because let's call a spade a spade. They definitely pulled back a lot on game development. So you would imagine there would be less first-party games coming after all the cuts they've made, and it looks like, at least potentially, could have less second-party, third-party games coming too.
Yeah.
But that remains to be seen. We don't know that to be true. Maybe it was just a one-off, but I think that's thinking highly optimistically after everything that just occurred.
Yeah.
Speaking of thinking highly optimistically, so I went on the Xbox Drive with Sean, and me and him talked about this for 90 minutes. And one of the first things we talked about was Turn 10 lost half their studio. And I was trying to math that out ahead of that podcast. And I was thinking that, like, okay, you cut half of Turn 10. It was told that they would like be a support studio. Playground is still there. So like Forza is still alive. I basically came up with like two scenarios. Like either Forza Motorsport's dead or they're going to rotate, right? Like you've cut half the studio. They're going to fold into the other studio. And that like, like once a generation, you would get the Forza Horizon game and you play that for a few years. And then like maybe then you'd get the Motorsport game. Maybe they go back and forth or something. Is either that or they just close it because like they can't keep cranking them out, like without these people. And a former employee spoke about what he was hearing from other folks, I believed on LinkedIn, I think. I didn't write it down because I didn't think it was that important, but he's a former employee. He said that Turn 10 Studios has shuttered the Forza Motorsport space and the team is no more. Another employee shared that 120 people were gone strictly from the Forza Motorsport side. and he didn't see Forza Motorsport existing in the future. Like that franchise might just be gone now. We don't know this is true. Xbox, I don't think it's confirmed. I haven't seen anything out of them stating any difference. We may never see another Forza Motorsport game. Like, that's legit on the table. That's not an exaggeration at the moment. We don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah.
When was the last Forza?
Just last year? Or was it the year before?
I don't know.
I think it
Was it Forza 7?
before. Forza Motorsport release date. Or if Sean can beat me to it. October 10th, 2023. So you remember that was like they were doing all the side-by-sides with Gran Turismo? It was not received like super well. It was fine. It wasn't bad. It wasn't like Redfall or anything, but that's kind of all it was. It was just fine. It did not take off. I don't think it did very well for Game Pass or anything. So obviously you think, okay, well, that's why they made that cut. Explainable outside of the fact that there's 10, 15 years of Forza Motorsport legacy where they do very well. Like Forza Motorsport has literally carried Xbox E3 showcases. And so that's gone. Perhaps, potentially gone.
I'm going to ask a weird question.
That's nuts to me, man.
Yes, it is. How can you tell if motorsport is doing well or not?
It didn't, like, the sales were low, engagement numbers low, like player counts were low. Like, it was just low. It didn't.
So it was just low, and so they go off the.
And it was
count.
reported, like, media and stuff. We get these reports about sales, and it was low. It wasn't charting. It did not do very well.
Because I'm asking because it's a Game Pass game, so I'm assuming because it's on Game Pass, it probably wouldn't chart, and people would just play.
Yeah,
it,
they're counting sales, even accounting for Game Pass. They're counting sales. They're counting Steam numbers. They're counting concurrent players. They're counting lobbies. Like, it was, like I said, I would never call Forza Motorsport a giant failure. I'm not painting that picture. It just wasn't what you expect from Forza.
What it usually is.
It was a miss. It was a miss by their thing. It was Days Gone. Right? Days Gone came out, like, it wasn't terrible, but Sony was like, we fucked up. Like, they wanted to do better than that. It wasn't Concord.
Yeah,
It was
Days
way better than
Gone.
that.
Days Gone was good enough to get a remaster and put
And
back
it turned
out.
it around.
Yeah.
Again,
it's going sold well. It just didn't sell PlayStation well.
I've made this point oftentimes. I don't like how, in my opinion, my vantage, everything we've covered, how reactionary Xbox seems to be. How uncommitted they are to the goal, to the process. They're selling everybody play anywhere, games anywhere. It's like, you're making a lot less games. Like, they're supposed to be the $1 trillion megacorp that could fund all these things. We've been talking, we've battered this dead horse. Like, we've done this already, so I don't want to keep doing it. But I've brought up, what I think these small studios are facing now at Microsoft, and there's just another notch kind of in that tally.
Yeah, I wonder if like the low engagement is because it's on Game Pass. Like, there's no rush to get it. Like, it's just always there.
Yeah.
Fair, yeah. I definitely feel that way. There's games that I like that were on Game Pass, but like I get that.
D-Life asked a good question. He said, maybe a dumb question, but what if they would have combined Horizon and Forza Motorsport somehow?
You can't.
Those are just
one's
different.
an arcade racer.
Different
and one
games.
is like, it's just a
sim
totally
RPG.
different genre.
It's a racing
can't-
sim RPG versus an open world collectathon.
Yeah,
Those
like
aren't the
you're not
same
going to
things.
combine Gran Turismo and Need for Speed. Like, it doesn't work.
I mean, you
Grand
could do
for
like
Speed.
one race and then the other, but like you would just piss everyone off. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
The reality of this, Delvin, is that even that Motorsport did well in the past, it's never been Horizon. Forza Horizon is the one.
It's the franchise.
It's the big one. It's the franchise. Motorsport was considered like the more serious game. It was like Gran Turismo. I wonder if they're going third party. I wonder if they think they even need to do that anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's something to be asked about, like, if you're going multi-platform and you're not making an exclusive because you don't have Gran Turismo, do they need Motorsport? I think that's a legit question that you could ask. I don't like that everyone lost their jobs. They did good work. But if that is the conversation Xbox is having, I get it. I'd understand that. If they're just like, hey, we're not selling exclusives anymore. We don't need two of these. Let's keep the one that sells a lot. I could see that being the case.
It's funny. I didn't even know that Forza Horizon was a thing until Forza Horizon 4. Like I knew about motorsport because I had a friend who was a
They got me
big
with 3.
motorsport fan, but I didn't even know Horizon existed. Like that. I had no idea. So I didn't even realize that the motorsport wasn't the bigger seller because I had only ever heard how big motorsport was. Like again, I have friends who just really love that sim racing.
Yeah, Sean does too.
So
Deep in it.
I
Whereas
had
I'd
no
never
idea it
played
was that bad.
motorsport. Tried it once. Was like, nope, this isn't for me. Just like just like Turismo. But love Horizon. Like absolutely love Horizon. I always credit Nathan for that one. He tried to get me on 2, I think, and I was like, yeah, I'm just not that into car games. He's like, I remember Forza Horizon 3 came out, and he was like, it's my game of the year. And I was like, dude, come on, it's a car game. He's like, it's incredible. You gotta play it. And I did play it, finally. I was like, fine, I'll give it a try. And loved it. Played it for like 80 hours, got the next one, played it for 80 hours, got the next one, played it. Yeah, like I've been on Horizon ever since. So, like, yeah, that's the big one.
Yeah, for me, it would definitely be Need for Speed Underground. Bring that shit back, or just give me a PC port, and I'd be very, very excited.
And if that, I mean, oh man, I get it. Like they don't become super successful, by floating things just because. But to me, Xbox shouldn't be closing good studios.
Yeah,
Like they have a decade-long track record. Like they're good. They're good developers. Find something else for them to do.
I don't understand. Like, how do you expect to still sell Game Pass when you're shuttering all the studios to put the games in the damn service? Like, I don't understand why you would something that has the lineage that Motorsport does. Why would you get rid of them when they put out a quality game that can go on your subscription service?
I think
Like,
for the
I
not
don't get it.
that these fans are large in number, but I think for the fans that have been on this Xbox train this whole time, and do play Forza games, I think this like hurts to see Turn 10 go. You're just like, damn.
You're just taking away the soul of Xbox. That just
Kind of. It's just
continuously.
like they're a pillar though. It's like them. Why don't you just close the coalition while you're at it? It's just like not them. I think some of these others, obviously, we don't condone. We don't want anybody to get close. But some of these, like Roundhouse and stuff, there's no tie. There's no legacy. People are like, okay, like we get it.
Yeah,
But
I was
Turn 10
shocked.
Turn 10 hits different.
I was shocked at this. I was shocked at them closing the initiative and getting rid of Perfect Dark. I was like,
Turn
what?
10 hurts. Turn 10 hits different than even the initiative. Even with their big IP and everything, it's like, dude, Turn 10's been here.
I agree. I was like flabbergasted when I saw that they had closed. Like you're just canceling Perfect Dark. Like really?
Yeah, it's just
like,
done now.
What?
Just end it. 7 years, announcements, marketing, everything down the drain. The demo that they just showed at the show that everybody got hyped, the E3 of Dreams and all that, gone. Snap.
Just doesn't.
Thanos.
It just doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand it.
What I was telling
crazy.
Sean, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say it's crazy. Just all the layoffs at Microsoft. Like my uncle, his ex-wife, she worked at Microsoft. She got laid off. We had a call on Tuesday at work for onboarding for like Azure and like some Copilot stuff. And the person who was our manager, our project manager, they had got laid off too. So like we're all sitting on the call waiting for this person to show up, and you have somebody who's the engineer for Microsoft, like trying to figure out what's going on. He's like, "Oh, this person, the guy got laid off, so we're gonna have to transfer you to another project manager." I'm just like, what is happening at Microsoft? Like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Like,
Yeah,
it's just so bizarre.
They're on a rampage. I'm not sure if they're just trying to juice the. I mean, no, we know what it is. Sorry, I was going to say I'm not sure if they're just trying to keep up with margins, but no, we know what it is. It's AI. They're literally cutting and dumping everything they have into it, which makes you wonder why they bought Activision at all. Might as well just dump that into it. I wonder if they still would years later. Probably not.
Look, get rid of all these executives and keep the people that make the stuff. How about we do that?
Yeah, you do wonder. I think about that often, especially because we hear about so I hear all these stories all the time, especially Japan, but not just Japan. Like UK has a lot of workers' rights stuff that we don't have. And like a lot of countries have caps on like the salaries and things that like CEOs and executives can have, or it has to be a certain ratio away from the working force. And I've especially like you hear this often, like with Nintendo and like why this doesn't happen and stuff like that. Nintendo spaces, and people talk about it, like it's illegal. Like it's not because Nintendo's good; it's because this is against the law. Like you can't just wave fire off people and stuff. And it's like, how are we so far behind, so far away You know, like we have nothing in this. They're literally just slaughtering like 10,000, and no, it's like 18,000 employees in a year and a half.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like, how we just allow that to happen?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not trying to say the government should run the business, but like there should be guardrails or something.
well, if the government ran the business, it'd be no different. It'd be probably worse than what it is.
Yeah, I don't mean to turn it political, but you know, like it's just crazy. But you hear like it is better in other places. It is better
everywhere else. It just doesn't make any sense. Like we are just so about the top heavy. We do not care about the people who actually make the stuff get done. It's like be the CEO,
hear about their
hire who you want.
We hear about like their bonuses. I think it's like the Borderlands guy that's always talking and stuff. Everybody talks about his bonuses, and the other guy's got like the giant car collection and stuff. And it's like, you keep letting enough of the developers go, the creatives go, you're not gonna like, who's gonna fund that bonus?
No, get the bonus.
It's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. Like
Damn.
it's an America thing. Like our city council here, they're like, yeah, we want to possibly, you know, like they really are looking at how do we cut positions and fund more infrastructure. It's like, okay, you put the money into the infrastructure, but you're not going to have the people to do anything with it. Like, what are we doing here? It's like everything is so top heavy. It's crazy.
I didn't add this in the news because I just saw it right before we started. I haven't had a chance to like really look into it, but it was reported today that Subnautica 2, their team could miss their $250 million bonus payout after a publisher delays the game against the founders' wishes.
That's shitty.
So the publisher like owes them a bonus because they're on time, and they're like, nah, if we delay the game, we won't have to pay them. That's crazy. I don't know. I'm reading a headline. I haven't read it. So I don't know if I have all those details wrong. But what I saw on Twitter, that's
the same things.
My takeaway. Yeah. That's kind of how I read it.
Subnautica 2 delayed to 2026, allegedly to avoid a $250 million bill. Like that is
Yarden
crazy.
says 10,000 is still a single-digit percentage of total employees. Should companies be this big? That's a great question.
That is, that is a really good question. And that's crazy. Because, like, that's 10,000 people's, like, livelihoods.
Yeah, that's rents, mortgages, bills, utilities, gas, groceries, local community. Like, the impact of that has real weight.
Yeah, you think of it as a small number, but you're not really factoring the fact that your small percentage is still a huge number of people that contribute to society.
Should companies be that big? It's a good question.
Hell no.
Great question.
Good question.
Jesus Christ.
It doesn't get any better. Matt Turnbull, executive producer on Crackdown 3, State of Decay 2, Forza Motorsport, he took to LinkedIn to suggest that those impacted by layoffs use AI tools to carry the emotional load and your future career planning.
That was some bullshit.
So, Delvin,
you
get laid off, you get shown the door, and you just go cry to ChatGPT while you work on your resume.
Before I get to that ridiculous fucking comment, I wish there was a way we can edit out devs that was ridiculous, like make it a meme or like the toasty thing from Mortal Kombat. But yeah, these companies are getting more and more, I guess the word to say is bold with the way that they react to things and the way they do things. And it's like, well, I guess I feel like this about this whole year in general. People are losing their empathy for things. Like,
how are you going to tell me to go talk to ChatGPT after you just laid me off, you son of a bitch?
That's a crazy, it's a crazy thing to have penned. How could you go to LinkedIn, open up that box, type that in and hit send and not think about that? Come on.
Yeah. Like Delvin said, just fucking no empathy.
Terrible look.
Yeah. And I wish that was the only comment we had like this year, like that ridiculous. But we had several ridiculous comments just like that this year from CEOs. I'm like, what's going on? It's like they're getting bolder and bolder and more brazen with the things they say and do. And I don't get it. I don't know why.
Oh, I get it. Look at our current administration.
I didn't want to say it there, but you said it.
I mean, I'm call it what it is. Like, the people who are at the top, like, feel like they're invincible. They feel like they're untouchable.
And it's not only in gaming. It's like in all aspects
They are.
of like
Yeah.
They've proven that.
entertainment.
Like they've proven it to us. They are. Rafael Colantonio, used to be the co-director of Dishonored, took shots at Game Pass, which set off a storm apparently on social media, according to Reddit. According to my Reddit thread I saw.
Destroyed the Xbox Empire channel.
Oh yeah, it did.
This was the one.
I didn't see that. I saw what happened, but I didn't read any of it.
This is what started the conversation, Donnie.
He went on to state, he basically said that Game Pass is not sustainable for day one releases and cannibalizing sales. He went on to said that he's fed up, quote, fed up with all the bullshit Xbox fed us around Game Pass allegedly not affecting premium game sales.
Sound like that?
So he did that, and then Chris String, who we just talked about on the Nintendo show for causing concern, he wrote an article about how Game Pass is not sustainable, but then apparently it is, or I'm not sure, like a tweet or whatever. I'm going off of Reddit, but that's my understanding. He did something, then he confirmed that it is. So there's been like lots of videos and podcasts from Xbox and PlayStation channels talking about both sides of this all week. It's been a hot topic.
I can kind of give a little detail what he said. He was basically saying it's not sustainable, but they don't really know because Xbox doesn't really give the numbers on their games because they own the games. But they were saying for other companies, it doesn't look like it's sustainable for them because they get a flat fee for what their games is essentially.
Yeah, and they don't report any of the stuff
actual
from
number
first party
game sales.
games. Yeah, from the first party games. Like even the budgets for those, like all of the games that are in Game Pass that are first party games, they don't report on the marketing numbers or anything for that. It's not part of it. It's taken.
But then
out.
what I
They
saw
can
that
essentially say, yeah, this is profitable.
I saw
What
that he
else?
recounted that because apparently somebody went on record. They asked Xbox, and they were like, "No, those are factored into the cost." So then he had to basically put out a retraction. I saw the retraction on Reddit where he was basically like, "I was wrong. They did say this. They said this, and I had it wrong." And then he was like, "We've spent enough time on this. Everybody go play Tony Hawk." That's why I didn't get into it. That's why I don't know a whole lot about it, and that's why I didn't dive into your conversation because I saw that going on. I was like, "Absolutely not. This is nonsense."
The reality is they can say whatever the hell they want.
And
We
that's
don't know what's
essentially
true
what
or
they're
what's
doing.
not true.
Yeah, I mean, if they don't have to report number, that's true. Yeah,
That's
true.
essentially what's happening.
They don't
Listen,
report their game sales or anything anymore. We
you're
don't know what the
questioning
hell's
it,
happening.
If you question it, then I've got very easy math for you. It can't be doing that well because they fired 18,000 people. Like I don't think anything's doing like that well. That's not to say they're not profitable. That's not to say they're not the most profitable, but like clearly it's coming at some cost because they have fired a lot of people in the last 2 years. So, I think that's the easy math to point to right there if you want to question.
Yeah, if
The
it was
results,
doing
you look at
great,
the results.
you would have kept Perfect Dark, even though it took 7 years to make. You still put it out.
If you were rolling in it, like it wouldn't bother you so much.
Usually when you're doing well, you hire more people.
Right.
Y'all do the opposite.
Right. In positive news, we also learned that Helldivers is dropping on Xbox, published by PlayStation this August. Gentlemen,
Positive.
what do you think of that?
Come get some. Die alongside the rest of us, Xbox brethren.
Are they brethren?
6 brothers? Brother?
Yeah, come on.
Like all
Come
7
get
of
some.
y'all?
Right.
What do you think of the shift in strategy from PlayStation?
I mean, it's funny because you could be like how everybody was like, well, PlayStation isn't putting any games on PlayStation. Xbox is putting them there. And it's like, well, shit, y'all want to cut studios. Here's some games. Like, it's just, I think it's funny as hell. It's like, why not? Let's go ahead and toss it on there and make some of that money that y'all apparently don't want since you're closing all your game studios.
It kind of feels like it doesn't even matter anymore.
It really doesn't.
That's because it's
doesn't.
over.
It's 'cause
One's
it's over.
definitely lost.
It's like the games. It's like Drake when he keeps throwing out diss record. Like, bro, it's already over. We've all moved on.
Here's a little something for you.
So, like, the point is to give D-Life his flowers. We've seen it forever. D-Life says this is the future. That this will be the way that it is. He has been like, PlayStation will start putting their games on Xbox. He did say that, and here it is.
Yeah, they put them out there when it no longer matters. It's not like it came out day and date like Gears of War is coming to PlayStation.
Yeah,
Definitely.
that's the difference.
Or
Sean and I-
3 months later, like Indiana Jones.
When Sean and I talked about it, my take was basically that, like you guys said, more or less agreeing with you, I just don't think they see them as competition anymore.
Correct.
We're a couple of months away from an Xbox handheld that can play The Last of Us. So I think Sony will now adopt Xbox within whatever their PC strategy is.
And
So
help
if they're
them
going to
thrive.
do live service games, if they're going to put it on Steam and Epic, they'll probably put it on the Xbox store.
Or they won't because they don't really have to. It'll still be there.
Or that. They could do that too. But I mean, if they're going to do this one, why would you do that with the other ones, right? Like, I think
this one is,
this is
different
a point,
because it's a PC game. It's really not.
I
a
think
PlayStation game.
Xbox has basically proven that they're not like chasing that market share. They're like, listen, here's Indiana Jones, like here's Gears of War. Like they've shown up. Like here are the games. Here's Forza. They're putting their games out. They're moving faster and faster to day and date. So I just think they've made it very safe for PlayStation to play with them.
Thank you. And they give them hell divers.
Yeah, exactly. I think they're going to give you
It's the same day as Gears, right?
Yeah,
That's
same
crazy.
day as Gears.
Do you think
Yeah.
they'll have like Gears crossover stuff in Helldivers? They'd be crazy not to.
Maybe.
Do like one of those
Probably.
emblem things, and they've done a couple of those, right?
I don't know how much crossover there's really been with Helldivers into other stuff. There hasn't.
I
been
thought they've
lot.
had a couple things.
I think it's been like one or two, but it hasn't been a lot.
Okay, maybe I'm my
But-
bad. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought they had a few things like that already.
I don't think this is the same. I think this is like we can give you our little something like, but you're not going to see like Ghost of Tsushima or anything big that's really a PlayStation franchise come to Xbox.
I mean, at this point, if Xbox goes through with exactly what they're telling people they are, if they're making Windows PCs and PlayStation's putting the thing on PC, why not just put it on the Xbox store? Why not take advantage of that device?
Why waste the development dollars?
I don't think
It's on
that's-
Steam.
I think you gain gain a lot more.
I don't know that you would, because if you think about the fact that if it's already on Steam, it's on your Xbox. Why do I want to waste development dollars and time to create a port for Xbox?
Just to
When
service those
just buy it on
customers.
Steam.
Just to serve those customers. Why put it on Epic? Epic's trying to give games away. There ain't a lot
but
of people
Epic is
buying on
PC.
Epic, dude.
It's not a special version that goes on the
Right,
Epic
but
store.
there's
It's just
probably
the PC version.
I would bet that when Xbox has whatever their handheld is, their console PC, there'll be more people playing that than buy games on Epic for sure. So if
I
you're going to
don't- I
support
don't
Epic,
disagree.
why not support it? I guess why not? It can't
Again,
be just development because people port stuff everywhere all the time.
Hear me out. Know what's the game that I would put on Xbox? Spider-Man.
No, the point I'm making is when they are PC, like when it's just Windows, what does it matter? It doesn't matter about the game anymore. Like
Yeah,
just
it doesn't.
whatever
I
you're
wouldn't think
doing
so.
in one storefront, why would you not just do it in the other one? It's the same device.
It is, but it isn't, because it's a different version of the game that you have to develop. Do you see how hard it is for PlayStation to develop PC ports?
Yeah, no, that's true. That's
So
true.
then
just
you'd have to have another team that develop the Xbox port.
Yeah, we don't know what that looks like on these devices. Like I do wonder, are they still tied to the
Just
Microsoft
compress
Store?
Control X. Control X. and just make it
I don't know. I guess what? Sorry.
how that works.
I don't give a shit. I don't care. Why are we even on this tangent? I'm just talking just to talk. We have a lot to get through. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, let's
you
get to
can
more,
get-
very
more,
true.
more important news. Beavis and
More
Butthead.
important news: Beavis and Butthead's getting an Xbox controller.
Goddamn right.
That's so
I-
fucking Xbox.
I have a weird thing, a question. Why haven't the
It
Beavis and
is
Butthead games
so
not
Xbox.
come to like console? Like remix, not remix, but you know how they've been like making remasters of those games. Beavis and Butthead, like Xbox collection or whatever it's called. The Genesis games and the Super Nintendo games.
I was about to say you mean the Genesis games? Because
Yeah, I
they're
don't-
Genesis
There was Super-
games.
Yeah,
There was
I don't
Super
think
Nintendo
people
games
are gonna
too,
buy
though.
those.
They had
Not a lot of people. I would buy one,
Well-
but not a lot of people.
They came out with the Bill and Ted Excellent Adventure collection, so I don't know why they wouldn't buy Beavis and Butthead.
They did what now?
Yeah, Bill and Ted's Excellent
They did.
Adventure.
You're right. You're
Those games came out. A lot of those games have been being re-released.
That's
those
true. You
old
are
Genesis.
correct.
So why not just release Beavis and Butthead?
I don't know.
Licensing?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. that
A
might
lot
be
of
true.
licensed games. A lot of these games are licensed games that are
But
coming
I
out.
generally think I just don't think I don't know how much of an audience Beavis and Butthead has today.
I don't know
That's
how much
also
of
true.
Bill and Ted would have. Like if Bill and Ted can come out,
They're more widely appropriate,
maybe.
for sure. Not maybe, for sure. Like they definitely have a wider reach.
I would
than
say Beavis and Butthead is probably more relevant. Didn't they have like a new show coming out and stuff like that?
Is that a new movie? Yeah, I just don't know. Like every time, like my kids see Beavis and Butthead, like they're almost embarrassed that their dad watches Beavis and Butthead, and so is my wife.
Oh.
Like it's got a lot of haters, dude. Like it's not some giant thing that's going to sell a bunch of merchandise. I don't think. Maybe I have that wrong. Maybe I'm.
You might,
maybe
I don't know. You might have a good point. I'm just curious because I see all these ports of these old Super Nintendo and Genesis games coming back out. Like, why not do like Beavis and Butthead and stuff like that if you're gonna do it?
we missed all
This is
these
the first
D-Life
time I've
comments
ever seen
about
any of
Xbox.
this nonsense. They really re-released all of these retro Bill and
Yeah,
Ted
that's what I
games.
was saying. This is a
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, I
But
remember.
this is
that when it
only
came
on
out.
the Switch.
No, they're on PS5. Well,
They
I think
are?
PS4.
Anyway,
I
what we're
just see
missing
the
out
Switch
on
version.
is that Xbox, when in doubt, puts a new controller out. Because
Yeah.
right after they fired everyone and canceled the games, dude, they're like,
This will fix it.
sweepstakes, retweet this tweet for a controller, motherfucker. I was like, God,
Yeah.
oh, God, it
But
makes
they-
me hate them so much.
They gave us the LeBron James controller, baby.
Oh, you're so right. How many times have I been bitching about the tape deck and the refrigerator controller? And guess what didn't get a controller? Fucking Hellblade. The goddamn game they marketed the console with didn't get a controller. But
Nah,
guess
we
who
need a LeBron
did?
James one.
DLC for Season 3 of Call of Duty.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Doesn't LeBron James have like 2 controllers?
Yeah,
He has
did.
one on
There's like, no,
PlayStation.
I
Because he
think
has
there's
the
like
Space-
4. I think there's
he has the
4
Space
Space
Jam
Jam
one.
controllers.
And he has like a regular like LeBron James, King James controller, I think.
That's true. No, you're right. Because it was the PS5 got the King James
Yeah,
controller.
the PS5 got that, but is the Space Jam an X? Is it? That's a Space Jam controller. It's not a LeBron James
But
controller.
it's Space Jam, which is his movie. It's not the old
D-Life-
Space Jam.
D-Life
It
says,
says
remember the
Toon
first...
Squad and Goon Squad. Like
That's
that's
it.
not. That's
That's
not
LeBron.
LeBron.
It's Space
He's
Jam.
on the
You're
con-
right. You're right. D-Life says, remember the first round of layoffs and they sent out that fire controller? This is their thing.
Xbox
That's what
is
we do.
great.
If we
But-
put a controller out, they'll forget about it.
Here's our new console. The first thing you're ever going to see is Senua. The game is ready to come out. Can we get a collector's edition? No. Can we buy a disc? No. Can we get a controller? No.
We
Get a wrap?
fired 500 people. Here's a toaster.
God.
You
Drives me
piece
mad,
of
man.
shit. 700 people got laid off. Here's a we got a refrigerator for you though. Looks like our Xbox.
I have that refrigerator.
I do too.
I am
Terrible
sheeple.
refrigerator.
It
Well,
really
awful
is, though.
refrigerator.
It's bad.
It's bad.
It's bad. Yeah.
It's a shitty
It's
fridge.
sheerly for looks. Like, it's good if you only use it for like 3 hours.
Yes.
And then after that, it's bad. Don't leave it on
the
all night.
whole floor be wet.
Yep.
It's just,
Bad.
Damn.
yeah. It's a terrible fridge.
What a week. Good job, Xbox.
Jesus Christ.
I was so shocked when Sean was like, do you want to do... I was like, me? Are you sure?
This guy?
He must not have listened lately. Like, maybe he took off for a while or something like that. What did you just do to my notes?
What the hell just happened?
What is this,
What did
Delvin?
you do? What-
Delvin?
what- Delvin.
I didn't do
What
anything.
were you looking at? Nick Pecker? What was that?
Porn.
Delvin. You know I can control Z and put it back, right? Like
You put it back. Porn. Tell what it was. Nah.
Jesus. Moving on, we have some PlayStation news. Naughty Dog released a free patch for The Last of Us 2 Remastered that lets you play the game's narrative in chronological order.
The correct
The
way.
mode takes Abby and Ellie's stories and interweaves them in chronological order rather than non-linear story with the time skips and flashbacks. Do you want to read the question now or talk about this in the
What they should have did was made you play it the actual correct way. Take Abby all the way the fuck out the game.
Quagmire writes in, any thoughts on the chronological order update from The Last of Us Part 2? I played Part 1 for the first time this year on PC and loved it. I plan to play Part 2 later this year, but it seems like an odd update. Are they unwilling to stand behind their game and want to adjust how it's played to appease people?
Yes.
I know Part 2 is very divisive, but just seemed like an odd update so long after release.
It is an odd update.
I don't think so. I think it's a TV show update.
Yeah. Well, the TV show's in weird order too. They fucked up there too.
I thought it was more linear. They were telling them like at the same time.
They're not.
No?
You just saw
they're
Ellie's
telling
story.
it. They're just
I was
telling
thinking
exactly
when
like
I
the game.
When
That's the problem.
when I saw this, I was thinking that maybe they were trying to make it match more like the show. So we'll throw that out then.
The show matches the game. Like literally.
Okay, well then I'm going to go with my original opinion.
You see Ellie, and then
that they fixed it.
Get to Abby's part.
They fixed the fucking game, Delvin.
Yeah, they fixed it. Like,
so,
my bad.
Quagmire, when you go to play this shit, whenever you play in chronological order.
Even though Naughty Dog tells you no, don't listen to them.
Don't listen to them.
Don't trust
play
their
in
judgment.
chronological order. And here's why I say that. Not just because I've been talking about how I felt its pacing and disjointedness was problematic, but because when this news came out, I watched a YouTube video of a person giving his, not a review, but just like a general overview on what this update looks like. They quickly kind of like jump through, and he just gives you like a Cliff Notes version of like where the different segments sit in a line now, like front to back. And I was like, honestly, when I saw the update, I was like, that could also be weird. And then I saw him run through it, and I was like, no, that makes perfect sense. It is better. And if that makes people mad, I'm sorry. The OG is still there. It doesn't hurt it, but like I think it's objectively better. I think this is a better way to play this game.
I wonder if people play it, if it does change their opinion on how they look at the story.
I'm now probably going to reconsider maybe trying to play this game again. And honestly, it kind of sold me. He sold me, honestly, like the first 3 moments of the game. I don't remember exactly, but he was like, you start as Abby and you learn about this and you learn about this. And I was like, fucking perfect. Like, fucking like that. I think that would have really changed a big slant on the game for me. If we had started with that, like I've always said, when they remake, The Last of Us or something, I wish they would have tried to introduce them or hide them somewhere so it didn't feel like such a retcon. I think if we picked up right where that left off and we just see that moment, I think you take Abby and her gang in a completely different light, or at least the people that maybe felt like I did about the game. Not the
if
people
I
that
remember
liked
correctly,
Abby.
When they originally were showing like details about this game, I thought that's how the game was going to start. Like you was going to play like the first half of the game as Abby.
So you start the game as Abby, and they kind of set some background, and then you catch up to Joel and Ellie, and then you play a long shot of them in Jackson, and that whole narrative and falling out that builds for a minute until that moment. And I was like, yeah, they fixed it. Like this is good. Better. Yeah, this is good. It's just good. This is a better way to do this.
I love this. I love the look on Dale's face, like, you son of a bitch. He's like, I will not reply.
I'm gonna let y'all have it.
I think it's
protecting
weird.
My peace.
If you want to ask Odd, I think it's weird that this is what they've had somebody working on this.
Yeah,
that makes me think that someone in the studio, a group or something, actually thinks maybe this is a better way of doing it.
Yeah,
because why would they be working on this? Like they didn't have to do this at all.
Divisive in their studio.
It's not just Twitter.
Together.
Like Twitter wouldn't, I don't think, tell them to redo this whole ordering. I don't think Twitter feedback would have done that, or a Reddit thread. I don't think social commentary would have done that. It makes me think somebody inside goes, maybe after the show, maybe after watching the show in retrospect or something. I think somebody inside was like, I think we can do this better.
It does
we
feel
just
like
rearrange something.
Every 6 months we get a Last of Us update of some sort.
Yeah, we do.
Like every 6 months.
Go fucking finish Intergalactic, goddammit.
Yeah,
Last of Us is a live service game at this point.
It really is. They said, you know what? We can't put out the live service multiplayer game, but we'll keep doing things.
But we'll still keep Last of Us is a live service. They announced a guitar today, I think, right? No, a skateboard. A new skateboard came out today. A new collector's edition skateboard.
Oh, okay.
Naughty Dog's always on that merch train. They've always got some new commemorative guitar, skateboard, tumbler, skull, something to buy.
Yeah. I respect it.
That's it.
That's it. I'm
Did
good.
we name any other stuff that's going on with that?
Huh?
Did we talk about any of the other stuff that's going on besides the chronological order?
No.
Yeah.
They had was it Tommy the Uncharted skins, right?
Yeah, now
For Nathan and Sam, Tommy and Joel can wear their outfits, their clothes, but only in the roguelike mode, not in the game.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's kind of lame.
And new trophies.
I mean,
for,
probably because you don't
roguelike mode.
control Sam ever in the game, and you don't control Joel in the game. So what's the point in putting him in skins?
It'd still be cool because Last of Us, like, I don't know if Last of Us does it. Yeah, Last of Us Uncharted have a lot of skins. That's kind of like a fun post game thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would have put it. Like why put it? If you're gonna put it in the game, put it in the game. Put it in the whole game. No,
I think
All right.
skins are stupid,
Just me.
but that's just me.
Well, I do too. But like if you're gonna do it, do it. Don't be like, well, in this one mode that nobody plays. I'm not gonna say that. I'm sure people play it. I've heard
A
it's
lot of
good.
people.
Yeah,
A
I've
lot
heard
of
it's
people
really
play it.
good actually. So I'm sure people play it. But like, come on, I think even they'd be like, put it in the game.
A lot of people
Why
play it.
not?
Like 375,000 people play it.
Yeah, that's the whole point. Like you get like rewards or whatever for doing stuff, and you can unlock outfits, right? You get to play Uncharted 4 in a tux, Dev. It's awesome.
No.
It's cool. Ghost of Yote gets a stream tomorrow with 20 minutes of new gameplay footage. Dev,
I'm not watching that.
you eating?
Yeah, I don't
Eat
need
the
to
hype?
see this. I'm sold in the game. I don't need to see anything else from it. I know what Ghost.
Sure, but you can
I
just
know what
learn
Ghost
more.
of Yote is. There's nothing
Ghost
to
of
learn.
Yogurt,
Just
baby.
give me
I'm
the
ready.
freaking game.
Yeah, I'm
But you
waiting
can
on
just
the game.
learn more. You can just learn more about these characters, this world.
I'm cool. I'll learn about it when I play the game. Like there's just I don't need to see anything else. I'm sold.
Does it have a release date already?
It's been had a release date.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just asking. I didn't write it down.
Yeah, it's the end of August or October. One of the two.
So then what's the point of this direct then if they're not going to like...
Just to
Hella
show us
fine now.
gameplay.
I guess
Okay.
because we haven't seen gameplay. So this is
At
them
all?
showing gameplay.
Like,
All we've gotten is
Just
cinematics.
cinematics?
We haven't had any gameplay.
Oh, well
at
then
all.
yeah, no, that makes sense then. Yeah, it's
hey,
time.
we know all these other studios are closing down. And we're gonna actually show you that our game is almost done.
You get to see the PS5
Here's proof.
Pro. Like
Yeah,
how,
actually, it's the
trace those
beginning.
rays.
Beginning of October. October 2nd is when it drops.
Nice.
Perfect. Good time.
Yep.
Well, I was gonna say I'm happy for you, but you're not even happy for you. So
I mean,
never
He's
mind.
never happy for himself.
Right? He's
The
just like,
reality
I don't
is-
want to watch this shit of this game I like. Okay, well, sorry, Dad.
I don't need to see it. Like
What is
I'm
it you
sure the
say you do
gameplay-
here? It's a
gameplay isn't
gaming
gonna
podcast, dude. This is your department.
yeah. It's not going to be that much different from Ghost of Tsushima. It'll just
You're
be
the
a
yogurt
better
guy.
version of that.
It's a prettier
It's-
version.
It's a prettier version with more weapons.
They're gonna talk about the pisser,
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about that.
the haptics, the motion controls. What if you could swing your your edge?
No. Keep that shit on the Nintendo franchise. We don't need.
Swing
I
it
don't
to
need
edge
any
round.
motion controls ever in life. Y'all
We'll take
can
the motion
have
control port.
all
in 4
of
years.
that.
We'll take it.
Yes, please do. I don't want that. We don't do that here.
What if they add AI into your motion controls? So the AI
that
can
even
tell you
mean?
how to swing your motion.
What does that even mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Okay. Stalker 2 joins the list of once Xbox exclusives coming to PlayStation 5. And of course, it's going to get pro enhancements too. You guys going to play Stalker?
I am.
I didn't play Stalker 1. I don't even
I
know
tried
what
it.
Stalker 2 is.
I was excited, wanted to try it, played it for about an hour, was like, absolutely not. I'm like, put this right back down.
Stalker wasn't stalking.
There's a lot to that game, a lot more
That's
than I
unfortunate.
ever anticipated. I kind of knew that. Like, I had read about it and saw kind of how involved it is. But I was hoping that maybe the console thing would have streamlined it some. I was hoping for Far Cry. It's not Far Cry. We need somebody to make a Far Cry game. Like, if Ubisoft's not going to do it, we need somebody else, an indie studio, somebody. Let's make a Far Cry game.
Well, we got plenty of people who do it now.
Well,
Yeah, got lots of laid off people. Let's just round them up.
Hey,
goodness.
Just call the studio Far Cry and just make Far Cry games. Call it a day.
Stop Killing Games movement gets an official response from EU. Have you guys been seeing this lately? It's been all
I
the
didn't know
rage.
that was a thing.
Really?
Nope, never heard of it.
Oh, this has been like the big trendy thing. I would say it's been around for, I think, years, but it's been going around lately in the gamer sphere. I think maybe the last 3 or 4 weeks. I've been seeing it popping up. Started like with our European bloggers, and then I think like the big streamers. I don't know who they are, but like the big streamers have like millions of watchers that the kids watch and stuff. I think they started talking about it, and it like kind of went nuts. So here's a catch up of what this is. Stop Killing Games is a consumer rights movement where they want to prevent publishers from being able to take games offline or force them to allow community servers. The argument is simply that, like, hey, we paid for a product and these companies are just terminating it. Like, that's not okay. You can't do that with anything else. Like, you can't buy a TV and then it should just blow up in 8 years. You know, like...
That'd be pretty funny.
That's kind of their argument. So they've been trying for some time to raise enough signatures to get this motion heard by Parliament. And when these streamers caught on to it and started going, it blew up. So they went from like, I think 300,000 or 400,000 to like 1 million in like a week. So now they have the signatures. Now, where those signatures are from, I think is highly questionable, right? Because I think this kind of went viral over here. So I think a lot of those signatures are not from the EU. So they probably don't count, I would imagine. But anyway, long story short, none of that really matters. They're getting a lot of notoriety. Enough so that the government actually responded to questions about it. So, again, as I said, they want to prevent publishers from taking games offline. They want developers to consider like patching games so that like DRM or online connection isn't needed once you shut down the servers. So like you patch that offline access, patch that into the games. This is a quote. The practice is a form of planned obsolescence and is not only detrimental to customers, but makes preservation effectively impossible. So the EU's lobbying group, that's their version of like our ESA, right? They responded and they said that forcing companies to support online games perpetually would make live service titles too expensive to develop. The decision to discontinue online services is multifaceted, never taken lightly, and must be an option for companies when an online experience is no longer commercially viable. I don't know if this is big news, but like we saw how much of a fuss consumer protections can be in Europe a couple years ago. So I think there's at least a lot of maybe hope that this could lead to something. But yeah, it's been a big deal. I think everybody's writing about it, talking about it. It's on all the channels and stuff. It's been a hot topic. What do you guys think? Do you think they've got a case?
No.
There's a slight
We
chance.
sound like we have different opinions. This is great.
I think they have a valid complaint.
Get it all.
I don't. You don't own the game. You own a license to play the game as long as the game is up. Once the game goes up, your license is gone. Just like any other consumer product. Once it stops working, it stops working. They're not going to replace your TV once it stops working after 8 years. Once it's over, it's over. So I don't think that's going to be any different.
The TV stopped working and we stopped the TV from working.
Exactly.
It was a big difference.
Again, here's a license to play this game as long as it exists. Once this game no longer exists, your license is null and void. You have a license to play it as long as it's there. So I don't think, unfortunately, things don't last forever. Eventually, the shit's gonna go off.
I think there's a middle ground in this.
I don't think there's a middle ground for this because here's the thing: you patch it to where it works offline. What happens when it breaks? Because it's gonna break. Because it's software. What happens then? This company no longer supports it, so now it's just broken indefinitely. What's the point?
What's the point, Delvin?
It's just broken. broke game broke. And how would it break if it's just offline? Who's gonna break it?
Because again, it has to be on a server
It may
somewhere.
be offline, but everything else around it, right? We get new operating systems, new applications, new things, new services, new controllers, new inputs, new drivers, right? Everything. There's a reason why you can't just play everything you have on Steam.
But to be fair,
Guaranteed, you have something on Steam that you'll try to play, it will not work.
But to be fair, doesn't it happen in any game? Any
I
game
think
at that point, like once
you're
the company
right.
goes away.
Yes, you're right. I think the folly. I think Dev's point is valid. I think the folly in that point is that you're at least arguing for the right to allow the community to try and keep it current. Like it may break, but at least you've given them an option versus you taking offline themselves. I think. I don't think this is going to be heard by Parliament because I don't think any of those. I think half those signatures are not valid.
Parliament
So
don't care.
I don't think this is going to happen. If they ever get a chance to actually argue this case, I would not have a lot of optimism because everybody that makes the games doesn't want this to happen. Everyone that publishes the games doesn't want this to happen. So there's a lot of money that's going to be flowing in to turn those folks. So I think this would be really hard to pull off. That said, that's just how I would read the situation. I am all for any better, more consumer rights for digital products. Because in an all digital future, we really gave a lot away because people used to like burn DVDs and CDs. Like, we deserve more. We deserve storefronts that stay up. Like, we've had, movie houses that come and go and they just went down and sold. And like, those movies just don't work anymore. You've got apps on your phone, hundreds of them that just don't work anymore. And we've lost a lot of protections in place. I do think there's an unspoken agreement that when you buy a product, you expect that product to be able to work as long as it can.
Yes.
And I think there's a good case here. I don't think it'll ever get a chance to be heard.
No.
You say as long as it can. So then the question is, what's the shelf life? Because eventually, like your DVDs, they stop working.
True. Yeah.
So what's the shelf life?
Yep. Good point. But yeah, I wanted to make sure we got it in there. I don't want to think we weren't, we didn't care what we're going to talk about. I was kind of waiting for more, and I don't really follow like the streaming thing, like what popular streamers are doing stuff. That's not really news to me.
Yeah.
So, NBA 2K6 was revealed. It's out September 5th. Pre-order start today. It's got anybody that gets a special edition gets 7-day early access. Delvin, for you and I, it's coming to Switch 2. You gonna get it?
The shorts move.
D-Life was pretty upset about the shorts not moving. Shay is on the cover of the standard edition. We got Mello on the Superstar edition. Angel Reese looking great in the WNBA edition. And all of them together on the Leave No Doubt Supermassive Expensive edition.
Yeah.
I watched WNBA today at lunch.
Who'd you watch?
What game?
We went to JR Cricket, so it was just in the bar. It wasn't my choosing, but it was the Fever Golden State game.
Okay.
Okay.
Golden State was putting it to him. My first time watching like a full game of Caitlin Clark. Like I've seen highlights of her on TikTok and stuff, and I saw her I think in the Final Four in college. Gangly, huh? Like she just limbs going everywhere.
She's long. She's
not
hurt
the best.
too. Like she's not even 100% herself. She's playing really bad this year.
How's her handle? Because it didn't look
great. She was playing.
Do they not have a point guard?
She is the point guard.
Yeah.
So okay, that's okay. That
they were playing well at the
me.
beginning of the season, but she got hurt.
She got hurt. Yeah, she's
and Angel Reese was playing bad at the beginning of the season because she was hurt, and she was coming off an injury.
I think her last 5 games, she's averaged like 15 points or 17
and
points,
17
and 15
rebounds.
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. Like she's killing it.
Now that I've got a team, I'm getting into it. I was talking to my girl at work. She was talking to me. We were talking about different players, but I'm just watching basketball, so that's my opinion. But Caitlin Clark does not need to be playing point guard. They need a point guard. Like this looks like a square fitting around. I was wondering. I was like, why does she keep driving into all these defenders?
Well, she is like a second-year player. She still has time to develop and stuff like that. Plus, she's
I think she'd be better coming off ball, dude.
I think probably.
She's got a killer stroke. Like it's insane.
She's also got great court vision. She's a really good passer.
Does.
They drop most of her passes, but she be dropping dimes. And
she was
killers.
Maybe it was a bad game. Maybe I'm making a big opinion off a bad game. But she was getting picked every time she came in the lane. She kept losing the ball. It went off her foot. Like she wasn't even getting passed out.
Lately.
It's her first game back from a groin injury. She's been hurt all year.
All right. I'm reading too much into a bad game.
Yeah.
But it was bad.
It was her first game back, and yeah, she has not had a good year at all. She hasn't been shooting well.
Kid.
Did you
also? I think on 20 possessions, I think they shot 19 threes. It was a three, just one after the other, back and forth, shooting three. I was like, goodness, it's kind of boring.
Y'all want to talk about the controversy with this cover?
There's controversy with it?
Yeah, now you have to inform us. What's the street saying?
So,
Delvin
TMZ did some bullshit today.
Oh, TMZ. Jesus Christ.
Where they posted on their Twitter, of course, because they're pieces of shit. I have the message here what they posted. When TMZ doesn't never talk about NBA 2K. But of course they want to talk about it for this reason. Their original post was, let me find the post. It was Angel Reese named NBA 2026, NBA 2K26 cover athlete for the WNBA edition, not Caitlin Clark. And you imagine what that costs.
Yeah, we were talking about that at lunch, me and my girl, and just how this. Do they hate each other? Is that a personal thing, or is this?
No, they actually have no real.
That was
beef at all.
That was my belief. I was like this is just all happening
This
around
is
them. And that's
completely
unfortunate.
by the media.
Yeah, not the media. I think this is social media.
Both.
No, it's both. It's both.
They play because the whole TMZ thing. They did
So let me ask
likes
you
and
this.
clicks.
Here's what we were talking about. I kind of hate it. We've talked about this offline, but like
I do too.
Trying to have a culture war over basketball, I'm not here for it. So I kind of tune it out. That said, when I asked my girl today at lunch, I was like, "But this is good for the WNBA, isn't it?" Because like I'm seeing WNBA stuff more than ever, and I mean my friends are talking about it. The channels are covering, like it's starting to percolate, and it's like it's got to be because of this. This has got to be drawing a lot of attention.
It is, but it's for all the wrong reasons.
I know.
And that's
I agree
why
with you.
it's like it.
But like, is
it's
it
great
good?
because it puts the WNBA in a spotlight that it's never been. But of course, it's because they've basically turned the WNBA into a catfight.
You're attracting the wrong people.
You're
exactly want those fans.
They're making it political based instead of making it merit based off the sport.
Right, 100%.
And the sad part was, like, Caitlin Clark in college was just drawing a crowd because she was a good basketball player.
Yes.
The media, when they had the championship game and Angel Reese did the ring thing, like pointing to her ring like they're winning, the media took that and made it into this Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark thing that became one, racial, and it became a catfight. And that is what has drawn all of these additional eyes to it. But again, for all the wrong reasons. When again,
like,
Caitlin Clark already had a following.
Is this their magic bird?
Kind of
like for the league.
It is, but it's not because they don't play two completely different positions.
Yeah,
they don't guard each other. They don't really. Yeah. So
Angel's
it doesn't
center,
work.
Right?
Yeah.
And then on top of that, let's be honest. Magic and Bird were respectively the two best players in the league at the time.
Yeah, and they were personal rivals.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark aren't the best players in the league.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
They're not. They're great players. They're
best
coming
player?
into their own. Asia probably would be.
Yeah, Asia Wilson, who we ain't heard about her all year.
Exactly, and that's where people
ain't heard about her all year.
Well,
Skylar Diggins is killing. They ain't talking about her at all.
I was to say, is it Flash? Because I mean, I know that these two, the people are trying to force this bad blood story, but Kaylin's got a lot of flash to her game. And the girl's just jacking up from half court and draining shit from everywhere. It's like watching Trey Young play or something, you know?
Yeah, but so does Sabrina Ionescu, who is like the best 3-point shooter in the league.
Yeah, I watched her. It's different though. I wouldn't call her game nearly as flashy.
It's not as flashy, but you're talking about shooting. Like, I
think flashy. We've seen that flashy garners a level of attention. You know, Shaq was flashy.
Kelsey Plum is way more flashy than Caitlin.
There's lots of big dudes. There were bigger dudes than Shaq, especially early Shaq. But Shaq was flashy.
Yeah,
and he got the attention.
Caitlin Clark isn't so much flashy. She's emotional. She's like Rasheed Wallace.
Yeah.
Like she's complaining. She's talking. She's very,
She
very
talked that
like
shit though.
Yeah, she wears that chip on her shoulder. But you know
Dude.
what? So does Kelsey Plum.
My girl
Like
at work
Kelsey
said,
Plum talks like gang shit.
my girl at work,
Yeah.
she doesn't like her, and she goes, she whines to the refs all the time, and I was like,
She does.
like LeBron, and she was making it sound like she was like whining and complaining sad. You make me think like, oh, she's out there barking. If she's like she's out there
It's
talking
both.
shit. Oh,
It's
wow.
both. It's both.
Now, the thing that I do like when I do watch WNBA, like I've had it on Tubi when I see it from time to time, like I'll watch it for a couple of minutes, but I've not like sat down and watched a game, like a full game. I love they kind of swallow the whistle a lot. Like in the NBA,
let
there'd be
them play.
fouls left and right, back
Yeah.
and forth. Like they let these girls play. So there's like shoulder checks, hip checks. Like, yeah, it's rough and tumble out there.
And that plays more into it because people who are watching that, who don't watch WNBA, sees that like, oh, they're harassing and bullying Clayton Clark. Like, no, that's not how that works.
No, that's just how. Yeah, they just play a more
That's just
physical
the game.
league.
They're just
yeah,
more-
They're playing just
And if
more
you-
rough.
If you've ever played basketball with women basketball players,
Sure, no,
they
no,
are
that I know.
hella
Yeah,
physical.
we talked about this during the
Oh
Olympics.
my God.
Yeah, the girls go tough. They go hard. They're
When I was
very
playing
competitive.
with,
Uber
like,
hyper
the-
competitive.
In college, when I was playing with like the college basketball team, like the girls basketball team, I was shocked at how physical they play. Like
They gonna punch you in the face.
they are physical as hell. I was like,
Roller
oh,
derby.
Oh, we can
Yeah.
okay. I was shocked. So I had no idea how physical they actually play. They are going to shoulder check you. They're going to get in you. I'm like,
Before
oh,
I
this-
met
I'm with it.
Melissa, I played. Before I met Melissa, I have to say that in case she listens. She knows this. The girl I dated before I met my wife was the captain of our school's volleyball and basketball teams, and she played center. And I remember playing her like her in the garage or like out the driveway, and she'd fucking slam me into the crowd like, "Yo, god damn!" But
You play one-on-one for a heart, Donnie?
I definitely think, yeah, we watched
Love
that movie a few
basketball,
times. We watched that movie a few times. It was always a good one to put on. But I always was like almost definitely shocked, but almost like afraid of like how competitive, like how far they would go against the other people. Like, you know, I think when I often think of girlfriends, friends, wives, right, women, they're very like empathetic and stuff. Not when they're playing. That shit goes out the window when the scoreboard goes on. Like it out, like they have, like I think Dev, you're always about like that Kobe. They're all like that. Like they don't want to win; they want to murder. Like,
Yep.
They want to embarrass you. They want to send you and your family home. Like, yeah, it's deep. It's
This is
deep.
why I want my daughter to play sports so bad because that's how she plays. She doesn't just want to win. She wants to beat the shit out of you.
I never played on a team of guys half that, ever.
Mhm.
And I played on teams that wanted to win, not that bad.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. It's like they make up shit in their head. It's like the MJ stuff, you know? It's just like, damn, that's scary. My daughter's the same way. Even in band, of all things, hyper competitive, talking mad shit to the other folks. I was like, in band?
When it's in you, it's in you. That's just it is what it is. You know.
She ran over a girl in practice, came home super proud of it. She's like, she was off time. Get out of my way. Just like bull rushed her.
I love it. I love it. That is incredible.
So, yeah, I'm going to get 2K. I'm going to get it for Switch
I am
too.
too.
I'm excited. I've been playing 2K on Switch. The Switch version is not very good, you know, but like it's playable, especially on Switch 2. But I think a Switch 2 version could go a long way. DLSS, 1080p, probably 60 frames a second. It's going to look great.
I might get 2 copies of it.
I'm excited. 2?
Yeah.
For what?
Switch for
PlayStation and Switch?
Yeah.
Got you. Sorry.
You know, Delvin,
I
he's
literally
made
thought
of
you were
money.
going to buy 2 Switch
Oh,
games.
the same.
I was like, you know it's going to be a game key card, right? Like,
No,
why are you
no,
buying 2 of them?
No.
You've made of money. That's why.
I just get like
Don't make some rain on these hoes.
I've never bought like the expensive editions of 2K. If you buy the
Delvin
expensive
has.
edition of 2K, does it change like the icon on your screen, or is
No,
still
it
just get the
doesn't. And I
standard?
fucking hate that.
That sucks. Yeah,
WB 2K doesn't do that either. Which
I thought
fucking
that
hate.
might be the case. I was like, I bet it
Like,
doesn't.
You make me pay $150 for this shit. You don't even change the fucking
Yeah, I
icon.
can't
You
even. I
cheap
can't
fuck.
even. That's.
I can't even say that I have the expensive version.
You're like, I didn't get any cover. You must.
Doesn't the icon change every season? Like when they release the seasonal updates?
I have no idea.
Because I know, like Madden,
No,
every time they do seasons, it changes.
I don't think they do.
I'm pretty sure 2K does too. Because when I had it installed, like when they released the new seasonal update or whatnot, I don't mean like yearly. I mean like the online seasonal stuff. It changes the icon.
Trying to think, does it?
It does.
I think it does.
Changes the icon.
Captain Awesome says, that's a question I have. Is it going to be a good Switch 2 edition of 2K or the same for both? What does that mean? I didn't. Okay, I'm not the only one. I was like, what
I'm trying to figure this out. I'm trying to get together what he's saying. Are you asking Captain Awesome, is the 2K version of Switch 2 going to be good?
I think it is going to be very good.
I think it's going to be good. But will it look good is the question. I think
it's going to look good. It's not going to be PlayStation 5 good, but it's going to look good. It's going to look good.
Is there a 2K? Is there a 2K version for Switch 1? I think maybe he's asking
yes,
that.
There
is it going to be the same thing for both Switch
and
Switch
okay.
2?
No. Switch 2 is getting their own version. Edition. Yeah, it's not going to be the same game.
The 2K25 is on sale now for like.
There it is. Yeah, no, it'll be better than the Switch 1 version.
It'll run better than the Switch 1 version.
And it costs more too. I think the Switch 1 version is $60. I think Switch 2 $70. So.
Sure.
If you want to, like I said, 2K25 is like really cheap right now. If you want to try it, like I think $14.
I usually always do this when I get new consoles. I'll buy the sports games the first year, and then I usually play those for a couple of years before I upgrade.
Yeah.
Depending on how much I like, the thing. I can't buy them every year. It's too much money. Yeah. Put EA Play on Switch. Why isn't that on Switch? Well, because we don't have all the EA games.
Yeah.
Some
you can't
headlines.
Pre-order the Switch versions. Like I'm at the 2K site, and it just shows Xbox, PlayStation, and Steam for all editions. And apparently, the WNBA version is only a physical edition and only on PlayStation and Xbox.
Yeah, because it's like I said, you can't change the cover. Like if you buy it, it's just gonna show the regular cover.
Why is no pre-order for the Switch versions?
Yeah, the gigabyte
says he just saw it'll be 75 gigs for Switch 2. That's awesome. Like, I'll take a Switch 2 version if it means it cuts that damn file size in half. Because, damn,
That's
2K games getting crazy. It's like 175 gigs. Like, what are you doing?
That's insane.
Damn, bigger than hard drives.
I'm going to get WNBA version for PS5 then.
Some headlines. Cyberpunk Edge Runner is getting a second season. Very exciting. I haven't
watched the first yet.
It's good.
Oh my god, you gotta watch it. And I love that it's David's dead, so it's just a whole new cast of characters because you can do so much with Night City.
Know who that happened. Okay.
You're not gonna watch it, so I'm not worried about it.
You're probably
just like he's not gonna beat Zelda.
Correct.
Activision. Speaking of Delvin, why not pull games? Why can't you leave the games? Activision has pulled the PC Game Pass version of Call of Duty World War II after reports came in of remote code execution exploits where some players were creating pop-up screens, PC shutdowns, screens full of pornography, and system overrides on other people's PCs for playing Call of Duty. You get your new Xbox ROG Ally, you hit Call of Duty, you start playing, porn on the screen. I didn't write on all the stories, so I'll give you a little.
About the porn?
I'll embellish a little bit. One of the guys, there's a picture of it on Reddit.
Hey, you put
they said they
took
over his computer, changed the screen background on the lock screen to have your computer now, and it's like holding him ransom.
Good old ransomware.
Over his computer. So
I would have saw that, just threw my computer away. All right, goodbye.
And so that's another reason why you just can't leave the games up, because eventually somebody's going to be able to exploit the source code. Security is a very good reason.
Security is a very good reason. Because there's always exploits. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4, which just released, only contains 10 of the songs that were in the originals. That's 20% of the soundtrack. So a lot of people were pretty bummed about that. If you remember, Tony Hawk already told us that he wanted new music in these games. He wanted people to experience some new music. I guess that's his word. Not sure if there was a licensing problem or not.
Well, Tony Hawk, we didn't want to experience new music. What the old music?
These young kids want the new music. They don't want that old shit.
I do think it's weird to remaster a game, sell a remaster with new music.
I don't, only because I think it like, if you're also selling to a newer audience who is experiencing these games, you actually throw in newer music for them. You also can appease the old people.
I would only imagine that it'd be additive and not replacement. Like it's a remaster of the game. You know, it's not a new game. It's like this is the old game. It's like, but it's not. It's missing some stuff.
I mean, unfortunately, you know, the game is still the game. Sometimes the music is different.
Sure,
Still the game.
yeah.
And I know that like part of the appeal for a lot of those
Tony
games
Hawk
is a lot of
definitely
the music.
benefits from the music. I just hope the new music's good. I don't. You know, I'm not necessarily going to jump at this. I'll catch it on bargain bin one day, but I just hope the music's good. Right. The real question is, does the new music bother you? Because if it does, then that could be a big problem. Maybe you like the new music.
Some of the old music bothered me. So
Listen, there's nothing stopping you from going to Spotify, typing in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 soundtrack, and hitting shuffle in that bitch and playing. Like, they don't control
True.
you. You can listen whatever the fuck you want to listen to.
it's very true.
So, you can give that a try. In rumors, responding...
He really likes this skater.
Gee, I know, right? The second time he brought her up.
Oh, yeah.
We don't know who these skaters are. We don't care, Dilfy.
Jordan Midler, who writes for VGC, Video Games Chronicle, is appearing on podcasts or talking about all the Xbox stuff and whatnot, and he kind of let this one slip. Asked about Fallout, and he responded, and this is a quote, "There are multiple Fallout projects in development, including, as far as I'm aware, the one you're all wanting."
What does that mean?
I don't even know what that means.
Would that be Fallout 3 remaster? I would imagine be the one they want, right?
Fallout New Vegas?
Or New Vegas? New Vegas, probably. Maybe it's a new. Maybe it's a new Fallout from Obsidian.
You gotta ask Haley. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sean, tell us what do you all want?
I got nothing. I've played Fallout 3 and 20 minutes of Fallout 4. That's about it.
New Vegas.
Yeah, one of those. Something with Fallout. If you're a Fallout fan, sounds like Xbox put something into work. Maybe that's why Joanna Dark died.
Yeah. And it'll be
My thing, the thing that I didn't say to you, I'm not sure if you guys, I said this to you last week or not. The thing that surprised me most about Perfect Dark is that they didn't have anything to pivot to. Like, they didn't like throw up the remaster or talk about like a new project, or like, I was thinking like create a boomer shooter, like do something, say something about Perfect Dark. Don't just be like Perfect Dark is dead today. Like, you know, like we're exploring possibility. Like they literally just killed it. They were like, and it's gone.
It's over.
Yeah. Like it was just that fast. I was like, they didn't. So it's like they care. It seems like they care not for this franchise at all. It's like they didn't even care enough to talk about it. Damn.
I mean,
they talked about Hi-Fi Rush more than they talked about killing Perfect Dark. They're like, it's done.
I mean, Perfect Dark isn't an Xbox franchise, so what do they care?
Well, Yarden corrected me very well. He was like, dude, nobody besides, you know, some 90s kids give a fuck about Perfect Dark. I was like, that is facts.
It's the truth.
I definitely think, and probably talk about Perfect Dark like it's a much bigger franchise than anybody else would, for sure.
Yeah, you also are really big on the N64. The N64 really wasn't that big.
Yeah, all fair.
You want to hear something funny? They're remastering. We're going to get a remaster of Fear Effect, and we're not getting Perfect Dark.
Yeah.
That's wild, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Is it?
I mean, we have a Perfect Dark remaster. We have a remaster. You know?
I mean, Fear Effect was on a system that people actually played, so I'm not surprised.
How fucking dare you? 64 and Silicon Graphics changed the world, Dev. We changed video games forever.
Good times.
That's it.
That's the news.
Yeah.
So we got a scoring update from the Rude. Welcome back, you rad bastard. He says, going back a bit, Downey was the only one to get the IGN Switch 2 review score right as it comes in at a 7. IGN sucks.
I should have guessed a 7. They are the 7 masters.
7 or lower, that's all they do.
Yeah.
Everyone but the Rude got the override on Death Stranding 2 as it comes in at a 90.
Yes.
And Downey and Delvin got the underwrite on a rematch. So this
job,
currently
Delvin.
makes the score
Doctor.
Easy points.
Doctor.
Job done.
Downey with 8, Delvin with 6, Devin with 5, and the sad Rude with 4.
I don't think you should
Acknowledge
play
me.
Rude. I'm glad you played because you're making me look better.
I had it up, but I definitely went to rate it. Yarden said, we got a new Alone in the Dark, but Perfect Dark is dead.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That is a sad state of affairs. Like, that is... I think Perfect Dark would be a great boomer shooter. Like, give it to one of these, like, retro game. Let them do something with it. You know, like, make a good cheap game. Do something.
Yeah.
I've never played the original, so I have no idea what the game even is. But
Goldeneye.
what it was looking like, I was interested.
No, no.
Oh, you mean the new one? Sorry.
Yeah, the new one I was interested in. I don't
Yeah, the
really
new
know
one looked
Goldeneye.
like Deus Ex.
I'm here for that.
Sure.
GoldenEye, not so much.
Man, is Deus Ex dead too?
Yeah.
Probably.
Fuck.
Does Crystal Dynamics even really exist?
Is Crystal Dynamics dead? Like, they've had a rough go of it here for a little bit.
Yes. It's
Oof.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be brutal. Is Tomb Raider dead?
No, I don't think that was dead.
Tomb Raider.
They're working on a Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
But it's
And it's-
Amazon that's working on it, though, right?
Amazon's publishing. They're paying for it.
Okay.
And
I don't think
Crystal's
Tomb Raider's
working
dead.
on it because Crystal still belongs to Embracer, right?
They've been embraced.
I don't think Amazon did Amazon buy Crystal?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either. Yeah, you're right. Like, I'm like, do I remember that being a thing? But yeah, we haven't heard from Crystal in a minute. And the reported that I followed on the Tomb Raider, the bits and pieces I've seen, did not sound like it was going good. But I think you could say that about all projects early in development in video games. I don't think anything is like, oh, we're making a killer hit right now.
Yeah, it looks like Crystal Dynamics is, they're still working on it. But we ain't heard anything since the announcement, so who the hell knows?
Yeah, the Embracer Group owns Tomb Raider.
Yeah. So Amazon's licensing it and Crystal's making it and they're publishing.
We'll see what happens. So, over or under, 84.5 for Donkey Kong Bonanza. The last Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze scored an 83. The Rude is thinking over.
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 I think it'll be just 88, 87.
I'm thinking 85, 86. Over or under 80.5 for Mafia, the Old Country. The highest rated Mafia was Mafia, the Definitive Edition with the 78. The Rude is also going over for this.
Gave such a great game of 78. Bastards. I'll take the over.
The Mafia games usually don't score well,
They
That is
sure
but
don't.
they're pretty good games.
That is correct. Somehow that is correct.
The problem is IGN. They score everything atrociously and fuck up the whole curve for everybody.
You know what?
They
This
don't
is
head
a
on
good,
knives
this is a
no
good
more?
line. You know what? I'll go to under.
I'm taking the over. It's
I
a
hate you,
shorter
Delvin.
game. It's going to be very direct. I think
True.
this is going to be the one that actually scores well because it's very, very precise.
I hope it is, but I can't trust IGN.
$50.
They might say
Yeah.
it's too many Italians
That's
in
awesome.
the game, some shit like that.
That's
Some
awesome. We
stupid
should
shit.
all buy this game just to send
I'm
that
buying it
message.
regardless.
Just everybody
I'm not
buys
loving
$50. Let's sell 28 million copies of this game and prove to publishers you can make money this way.
I agree.
I'm not buying it. Sorry.
The sad part is the publishers are right. It's hard to make money this way. That's what they've learned. So that's why we don't get more of these. But I'm excited. I watched the IGN first video they put out on it and it looks great.
Looks
I was
great.
like, awesome. Can't wait to play it. I think I scrimmed it for like 3 minutes. I was like, it was incredible.
Not enough water.
What?
That's what the review's gonna say.
Random. Super random, Delvin.
It's
All right,
Pokemon.
question time.
Yes,
7
Donnie
out of
got the
10, not
reference.
enough. Yeah, it's Pokemon.
That was an
You
IGN
know.
score reference.
You don't know what this is about? This is like an internet meme at this point. This is a big deal.
Yeah.
Devin is not on the internet, and I'm definitely not on Pokemon
It's just like
internet.
culture. Like you'd seen it on Twitter 1,000 times
Yeah.
at this point. It's a
Not
meme.
enough water?
Like it's legit
one of
like
those things.
recognizable memes.
Yeah.
Like you play video, like anybody who plays video games and is online should have seen this reference.
Yeah.
Never
Okay.
seen it.
A long time ago, IGN reviewed, I don't remember, Pokemon
One
what?
of the Pokemon games.
X, Y, something, one of the Pokemons. All right.
You lost me at Pokemon.
I know, but that's not the point. It's
I
it's
legit hold on. I legit have the
God,
word
Delvin,
Pokemon muted, so I would have never seen it.
That's not the point. The point isn't that it's Pokemon. It's actually kind of irrelevant. It's a dunk on IGN. That's the meme. The meme is it's a dunk on reviews and how reviews are dumb.
Yes.
Because whoever reviewed it at IGN, God rest his or her soul.
I know who it was. I'm not saying the name.
Okay. Reviewed the game, whichever one it was, and they reviewed the game like at like 7.8. And you know how IGN has like the little pros and cons next to the score, like a little tagline like this was good, this was bad. And it said, well, was it too much water, not enough water, something like that?
Something like that,
Too
yeah.
much water. It's like 7 8 of 10, too much water. And became a whole meme that gets clipped around. But like, this is
Yeah.
so fucking stupid for docking a game for this reason because
Yeah.
the game had too much like water Pokemon, like water centric Pokemon. It was
And I think
water
the Pokemon
themed.
game was like water themed. So, what the fuck are you talking about?
So it's circulated the internet for God, like 15 years. So yeah,
Yeah.
Wow.
it's a big one.
Today you're years old.
It's nice. I'm proud.
Congratulations, Rage Quit. Hope that works out well for you. Hope you don't rage quit on that. That might be a problem.
Yeah,
Ugh.
could be. So Steve has a question for us. He says,
For Minecraft?
possibly, just Steve.
I'm Steve. What a fucking dumbass.
Blue's Clues?
Could be
Oh,
Steve from
now
Blue's
we're
Clues
talking.
too.
That's my guy.
My Steve's better than your Steve.
I agree. That Minecraft movie fucking sucked.
Was it?
Really?
Yeah, it was fucking
That
terrible.
shit
It
was
looks
great.
fun.
It was good.
I haven't watched it, but it looks fun. Like I want to watch it one day.
Seen it twice. It's a good time.
They keep putting Jack Black in these movies playing the same fucking role over and over again.
Like Superman?
He's just Jack Black. He's just Jack Black playing a role in every movie. I'm Bowser. No, you're Jack Black.
He was awesome. He was
I-
viral as Bowser.
He was great as Bowser. He was great as Steve. It's
No, he
Minecraft.
was not.
Jack, I wanted to watch it in theaters with Jack, and I showed Jack the trailer, and Jack was like, "This looks like ass."
Jack was correct.
And
It's fun. It's funny.
But when I've
because it's
seen
so
people
bad, it's
on
good.
TikTok watching it, they look like they're having the blast. Like they
It's,
love
They
it.
destroyed the movie
hilarious.
They destroyed movie theater. They should be arrested. Fuck.
I think Jason
I'll-
Momoa's underrated comedian.
Agreed.
Dude does comedy very
He's
well.
going to be a great Blanca.
He does.
Because when I
Yeah,
think of
he
Blanca,
might steal the
I
show.
think of Jason Momoa.
Let me get him in the wrestling ring. Dude is just
He might
nothing
be
but
good.
charisma.
He might be good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's
He's
the
very
best thing
funny.
about that last Fast and Furious movie. I'll tell you that much.
100%,
Not
1,000%.
even
Like,
close.
he carried that movie.
Yes.
Yeah,
I've not seen
I
that.
can't wait till fat ass Vin Diesel comes back into the movie. When I saw him coming back out there looking like he ate old Vin Diesel, I'm like, I'm all in, baby. He was so fat.
this is a Steven Seagal moment.
Yes.
Oh,
I can't wait.
Oh no.
How are they going to explain between the first movie and the second movie he gained 60 pounds?
But he aged 10 years or whatever. When was the last one?
Yeah.
It's been forever.
Yeah.
Has it?
Yes, it has.
Felt
It's
like
been
it
a
has.
while.
I mean, what, 4 or 5 years, if that?
Yeah.
That's a long time.
That's a
'Cause it's
long
like
time.
it's a direct. It's not like the next movie, right? It's like
It's-
they left the
it's-
movie in a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
We've been waiting on. It's like part 2. It's like Last of Us 2. We've been waiting on part 2.
It's been 2 years.
What?
Fast X came out in 2023.
Has it really? Why do I feel like that movie came
That's
out
what I
forever
was about to
ago?
say. I feel like
It
I was
does
like, it
feel like it came
hasn't
out
been
10 years
that
ago.
long.
I feel like that movie came out like 7-8 years ago. I'm not gonna lie. Like, wow.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just we were waiting on it for that long. Maybe that's why it feels that old. I remember them talking about that damn movie forever.
Yeah, it came out in 2023, so it's been 2 years.
Well, I stand corrected.
I was about to say,
Thank
I'm
you
like,
for checking the tape.
There's
Yeah.
no way it's been that
It
long.
feels like forever. That feels like
and the next
forever
one
ago.
comes out 2026.
Mm-hmm.
And he is going to look like 2026.
It means he's got enough time to lose some weight.
He looks like he's like the globe, like the Michelin Man.
How old is he?
Damn.
Fat fuck.
Jesus. I am fat. Damn.
He is fatter. Yo, what
He's 57.
Yo,
Good for him.
good for him. Get that
Good
back.
for him.
He's getting it back for sure.
I used to like
Fat
him.
bastard.
Love Pitch
I
Black.
love Vin
To this-
Diesel.
To this day, I love Pitch Black.
Pitch Black.
Pitch Black's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah,
the
Fast and
Riddick
Furious
series
is-
is one of my favorite.
Really dropped off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been like fast.
Like I'm still gonna watch it and still go to it, but it's really wrapping it up here. It's like,
I legit thought they were going to just give the franchise to John Cena and The Rock. Just call it a day. Vin Diesel was like, not on my watch.
yeah, no.
Oh, that's right. I forgot John Cena was in one of them. I haven't seen anything.
He was in 2 of them. They
Fast
killed
and
that fucker off.
7?
They killed that fucker off real quick. Like, nope.
Did
we're not
they?
taking
They
this
killed him?
franchise.
Did
They
they?
killed him?
Well,
Did they?
might come back as a robot.
He's definitely coming back. 1,000%. He's walking out of the
Weird
door.
ass series.
He's about to pull that Sam.
Th-
Hey, I'm your brother. Like what the?
Yo,
Seen your ass in 25 years. The hell are you talking
Fast
about?
and Furious is bringing back actual dead people. Like,
True. Yeah.
Yo, Paul Walker, get your dead ass up and come make this movie.
Like we gotta go see it just for that. Like just for we gotta see how do they do this?
You are some sick
It's just
people in
AI?
this franchise. They're like, yo,
Scarier question. What if they do it and it's really good? What if you're like, holy shit, it was like he was really here?
I mean, aren't they just going to use his brother to play him?
Are they?
That's what they did.
I don't
they had
know.
him film
I'm not-
scenes in the
I'm not,
movie
like,
that he
following-
died. Yeah, the movie that he died before, like it released, they had his brother film some part. So I just
Yeah, but
assumed
he was like
it
off in the
his brother.
distance. Like I think he's actually a part of the movie now, right? Like that's the whole thing that people are arguing. Like he's gonna actually
Yeah.
be
that's
back.
what Vin Diesel alluded to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, Brian's coming back.
I
What do you
assume they used
mean?
his brother. Like again, you could recast somebody. They don't have to look like the
That's
same person
true.
to play the
Yeah, no.
character.
Now,
Yeah,
they,
we
they
all-
should recast him.
We watched Spartacus. Could
They
recast
are
Vin
with
Diesel?
his brother,
Could we
who
recast
looks
Vin Diesel?
close enough to him.
Not gonna lie, the dude they recasted as Spartacus looks like the other dude.
Yeah.
They're close enough. They're like that's close enough. Like
It's not, but sure.
close enough. Like I figured that.
All white
And
folks
again-
look the same.
Yep.
He didn't die in
case-
the series, so he's not dead. So
True.
anyway, Steve had a question.
Dev really here for all the shenanigans.
He is.
I am.
Dev's like, you recast everybody. I don't.
Everybody.
What difference does it make? Fuck it.
Yeah.
They're not real people.
Yeah.
Who
Wow.
cares?
Hey, Ryan Gosling, Black Panther, let's go.
Why not? Why not? Let's do it. Hey, they're doing it in the comics.
Oh God, yes they are.
Tell me they are. They're doing it in the comics.
They really are.
Why not?
So much wrong with that.
So Steve wants to know: are the days of new gaming
New
dedicated
day?
architecture in the past, or are we just on an annual incremental PC upgrade wheel forever?
New
latter.
Day rocks. I mean, I think ARM is a big deal if you count that. A lot of people aren't using ARM. I think ARM has a significant advantage in certain spaces. So I think ARM is here to be reckoned with. Do you count that as PC? Because I mean,
I don't
you
think
put
most people
Windows
know what
on
the
ARM.
hell ARM is, so most people have no idea what the fuck ARM means. So
Yeah, I guess it wouldn't count. But I mean, it changes how games are made. So like that would count to me. But yeah, no, that might be true. That might be true. I don't think we're gonna have consoles went away from making like their own like computer science thing a long time ago. Like even the last
Yeah.
couple of consoles are PCs.
it died with the PS3.
It
I
really
was going to
did.
say that.
So I don't think we're gonna know. I don't think we're seeing any trailblazers coming out of gaming hardware trying to expand into new horizons. You know what? Like Meta, like something like that. Like I guess that counts. But when you're talking about traditional, gaming, yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, it's just incremental PC upgrade at this point until something trumps that, and I don't think it'll happen anytime
And
soon.
I think ARM would, but it's all going to be made compatible and everything. Like you wouldn't notice a difference, but it's going to be different.
Yep.
I definitely think. I think at least all the tech folks that I follow, they all seem to think ARM is the future. Like this is like.
But I
a
mean,
big deal.
ARM was supposed to be the future back
10
when
years
Windows
ago.
8 was announced. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
But they do seem to be. I wouldn't say like definitely closing it, like getting closer, like within range now. And what you
Within
gain
arm's length.
What you gain. Wow. What you gain in efficiency is pretty high. They're talking about like replacing servers with ARM. Like that's a big deal.
it's a pie in the sky right there. I don't think it happened anytime soon.
But
Yeah,
then,
this is
if it's all compatible and it's still PC, then it's the same thing. Nobody
still
knows.
PC. Yep.
Yeah, nobody knows.
Smokeless Joe has a good one. He says, The Last of Us 2 beat out some good games for the 2020 Game of the Year. Out of the remaining games, what would you guys vote for between Animal Crossing New Horizons, Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghosts of Tsushima, or Hades?
My pick would have been a Final Fantasy VII Remake. Or Ghost of
Yeah, I
Tsushima.
I didn't
Either
play
one of
Hades or
those.
Animal Crossing, so I can't really say much to those, but I would definitely pick Ghosts.
So I'll say Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Out
I
of
love
those,
Final Fantasy Remake.
out of those, I'd go Doom Eternal. But this is like all the rage on Blue Sky. Like last week, everybody was talking about their last 5 Game of the Years.
I saw that.
So I looked mine up.
Today.
Mine was Ori and the Will of the Wisp. It was my Game of the Year for 2020. And I love that game way more than all of these games.
I'm sure mine was Ghost.
Probably. Ghost was dope.
What year did Tears of the Kingdom come out? Was that 2020?
No.
Hell no.
2021?
No.
That was like
no,
2 years ago. It's 2023.
Oh.
Like much
Yeah.
like Fast X. It was like 2 years ago.
Yeah. Facts.
That's also why, like, hey, your game.
But Fast, but I'm telling you, dude, Fast feels like it was forever ago. Like I feel like I was forever ago. I was sitting in the theaters watching that movie. I don't know why it does.
Me on Blue Sky, like, hey, you better make sure Tears of the Kingdom.
Tears of the
is your game
Kingdom,
of the year.
May 12th, 2023.
Yeah.
Yes,
No,
my
yeah, I
message
knew
said
that.
that
That's
should be my
2023.
game of the year that year. I'm like, just because you said that, I'm going to pick something the opposite. Even
Oh
though
my
it was.
God. Fast X, May 19th, 2023.
Oh,
Same fucking time.
what a coincidence.
One thing feels like a million years ago. The other thing feels like yesterday.
Maybe it's because I was just playing too much Tears of the Kingdom when I watched the movie. That just made it easy to forget.
Yeah.
Also, the movie's so dumb, and I think that also made it easy to forget.
Incredibly stupid.
Yeah, it's like fun, but really dumb. Like really dumb. I was like, oh man.
Never seen it. Falcon, who I've never seen
And the
before,
Winter
so
Soldier.
welcome to the Discord. Have you guys seen Falcon before? Is this a name that is in the Nintendo Shack?
Yeah, it's a great movie, great TV show. Falcon and Winter Soldier. He eventually becomes Captain America. Does his thing. Love it.
No, this is a new one for me.
Oh,
See,
Blue Falcon.
this is what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about, Delvin. This
Dino
is-
Mutt.
Throwback to earlier. Like, this is you. The shit is because of you, sir.
Captain Falcon.
Falcon Punch!
That's what I was about to do.
Yeah, see, I figured we were going to get there. We're going to get there.
He wants to know what advice would you give to someone who is approaching PC gaming for the first time? By the way, thanks for making the show, you guys. It's always great to hear from you guys. Thank you, Falcon.
My advice: buy a Steam Deck and fuck all that shit. Just buy a Steam Deck. It's already set up for you. Falcon, if you have a son, have your son set it up for you. Just call it a day. If you don't have a son, just have some random kid in the street say, hey, fix this for me, put some old games on it. Hey, yeah. Problem solved. You're a PC gamer
What?
now.
My advice is don't listen to Delvin when it comes to anything technology.
Man can't get Zelda notes to work. Don't
Yeah,
listen to him.
Don't listen to him.
Hey, listen to me. PC
Man does a
gaming,
million podcasts, can't figure out how to work his computer or Zelda
No,
notes.
no. PC gaming, don't do it. Spy Steam Deck. That should be it. PC gaming, don't do it. That's the advice.
Ooh, this
I'll
is such a
switch to-
loaded question because there's so much
See?
to PC gaming.
Already too complicated.
It can be very complicated. It can also be very simple because you could just go the Steam Deck route. But to me, that's not really PC gaming. It's just it's very homogenized.
It's PC.
I would probably say the first thing you have to do is figure out what your budget is. And once you decide on your budget, you need to go on YouTube and look around for people who are building PCs within that budget and try to do something like that, or find a pre-built that's in your budget. And you have to think about what resolution do you want to run games at? What frame rate do you want to run games at? Because you also have to make sure you get the monitor that supports that. So the first thing, figure out what resolution, what kind of frame rate, and what kind of games do you want to play, and then start looking at what those games need to run and see if that fits into your budget.
You see all that shit you gotta do to get started?
It's not easy.
That was crazy.
Just buy
not
a
easy.
fucking Steam Deck.
It's like, listen, you got a pencil and pad. Take notes. Like, write this
Yep.
down.
Yo, just,
What a pitch, Dev.
yo,
You,
my
not
idea
easy.
sounds a lot better.
you really sold them.
Look, it's not for everybody. It's really not. This is why Delvin has a Steam Deck,
Correct.
because it's not for everybody.
No.
So if you do if you're willing to do what I said, then you might want to, venture to PC gaming. If you don't want to do what I said, then I would say don't bother.
Buy a Steam Deck. Get it for real cheap now too.
Yeah, if you want like to rival a console, just know that you're gonna spend twice or three times as much to do so. So like if your intent is like, I'm gonna get a PC and it's gonna be better than my PlayStation 5, better than a PlayStation 5 PC is like at least over, even on your best day, I think $1,000, but likely like $1,500 or more. So like,
And that's
just know
not
that.
counting the monitor.
Yeah, so just know that up front. If you're like, I'm gonna replace the console. If you just want to get into PC gaming, like you don't have a console, you're like, I don't care what it does. And there's a lot of value. I mean, there's a lot of value even at the high end, but like there's a lot of value even on the low end. I would look at gaming laptops or pre-built desktops. I'm a slut for NVIDIA. I always have been. So I would always tell people to stick to NVIDIA hardware. I think even at the low end, even on a older card, there's still a lot of upside. Even with its upscaling, you can really punch above the weight, like dollars wise. And on some of these damn laptops, like the Asus ROG Zephyrus that me and Garrett had, that laptop was fucking awesome. Super thin, ultrabook, 144 hertz screen, would play everything at like 120 frames a second. I forget what I had in that. I think it was like a mobile 3080 or something. It was great. If you want to stick, and like I think those were even at retail, those were like $1,000, and you could often get them like lower than like 800. So like those would be my recommendations to somebody trying it out for the first time. Would stick to a pre-build and just know what you're going for. If you just want to play some games, maybe you're like into retro games, maybe you just want to buy games on Steam. If you don't mind playing at 1080, There's some awesome 1080 PC builds out there. Mini ones, small ones, or laptops or even desktops. But you can do a lot if you stay in the 1440 or below range for not too much money, right? $1,000 maybe most.
Depending on the games you want to play.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, if you're trying to run everything.
It's not even so much that you're trying to run everything. We really have to look at like what games do you want to play, what resolution do you want to play at, and what frame rate, because that's ultimately going to determine how much you're going to have to spend.
Yeah, my Zephyrus, which was years ago at this point, but my Zephyrus, I was playing Far Cry 5, I think 1080 max, like 120 frames a second. It was nuts. It was stupid.
Yeah, 1080p. If that's what you want to play at, you can get away with a lot.
Yeah,
like 1080p
and you can really juice performance. You can get a lot of performance if you stay 1080p or lower.
Yeah, 1080p is cakewalk.
Yeah.
Cakewalk, really easy. But anything above that, you really have to pay attention.
I think all my monitors, like I had that curved 1440 monitor. I think all my laptops drove that monitor just fine, and it was an ultra wide. But yeah, if you want the big boy, then 4080 or higher.
I wouldn't even. I would stay away from the 4080. I honestly at this point I'm like, man, just get AMD.
Nah,
Nvidia is weird. Their drivers lately have just been god awful. You don't really update your drivers very often, but
my Nvidia driver I do every time I play a new game.
I would have told you not to do that because their drivers have been fucking shit up a lot lately.
Every time I play a new game, that's usually when I check for a driver update. I always have one, but I never play without an update.
Yeah, I haven't updated my drivers since December because
I play so infrequently. Like I'm not playing a whole lot of PC anymore anyway.
Yeah.
So like I just drove it. I was playing something. Oh, South of Midnight was the last time I updated. Played it last week.
Yeah. PC gaming it's not for the faint of heart.
I really want a Steam box. I need a Series S Steam box. Killer.
That ship came and went. That ship sailed already.
Nope.
They tried that.
I need a ship
to
come back into port. Let's try it again. I need
they have that. It's called the Steam Deck. You just got to dock it like Delvin.
No, I don't want that. I just want a little Series S, nothing more. It's a nice game console, a little Valve box. That'd be ideal. Put on my TV, in the business.
And you can make your little mini PC. It's gonna cost you though.
Yeah, I know.
Those things are way more expensive.
I've thought I have one, but like I never get I need a Steam machine. And when I say that, I'm not sure. Have you ever seen one like in person?
Like the old ones?
Yeah.
No.
Like I need the footprint. The footprint was like just right. It was like a bigger game, like a bigger Dreamcast.
They have cases like that.
Yeah.
I've thought about do this. You can do this. You can actually build a Steam machine.
I've thought about
get Linux. You can
Delvin
create
knows
all
this.
that.
One of the portable YouTubers, is it Ioneo? They have a couple mini PCs that they have made to look like retro like one looks like a little NES. I wanted it so bad. Yep. It's like $1,500 and it's hard as hell to buy. Like it's never in stock. You always get the other one that looks like a little iMac, like a little Mac computer. So like I've definitely, Dev, I've gone down this rabbit hole before. I've just never found something that like my Steam Deck at the time I think was like $649 and great little footprint, not too big, not too small, like would fit perfectly in a cubby. Like that's what I'm looking for, like an N64 PC. Sits right in that bad boy. And I want it to run, native SteamOS. Can you just run native SteamOS on anything? Is it open yet? I think it's still isn't reserved. I think it's reserved to certain devices, like with driver support.
This is beyond me.
Like it's not open.
Windows.
SteamOS isn't open.
SteamOS.
If I could run SteamOS on anything, I probably would have one by now. But it's not. You can only run SteamOS on that Lenovo handheld, and the ROG has support for SteamOS, I think, now.
I would imagine there's some Linux distribution that it runs on.
Yeah. But yeah, I would eat up a Steam box right now. I think it'd be awesome. And you're right. It might be the next deck. Might be Deck 2.
So yeah, you can run SteamOS on Linux, but it's not officially supported.
Yeah. And see,
But you
like
can
I
do
want
it.
it, right? But
It's
I
a lot of
want
work,
it to
though.
be, but that I want the console. Like, give me that. But made for
Just
TV,
gotta-
not the handheld.
Just got to build it.
I'm not asking for a lot. I don't need a lot of power. Decent power, like Switch 2 power
Sounds like a lot.
or better.
Yeah, I'm not about that life.
I know. Like my Alienware won't fit in my cubby. I do have the HDMI cable, but I don't use it as much as I should.
I could build you a mini PC that'd fit in a cubby. It's just going to be expensive because you really got to do a lot to cool that thing off.
Yeah, I have one.
No. I mean like a real computer, not your little thing with no graphics card.
Yeah, that's the other thing. A lot of them, they're just APUs. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can do emulation great on them. You can play indie games, but they don't have a lot of reach. You're not going to play a whole lot with them.
Yeah, one of my coworkers has like a little mini PC, it's like the size of a toaster, but it has a GPU in it, and everything like a small form factor GPU, and it plays 1440p,
Nice.
all the things. So
Yeah, I
you
need
can,
that.
you
But
can
Steam,
make them.
Steam bucks. That'd be great.
Just run Steam on it. Don't run anything else. Just Steam and run it in big picture mode. There you go.
Sure.
Problem solved. All right. Last question for the night comes from TPR. He says, what's the closest you've been to experiencing some real life Control, Alan Wake, X-Files, paranormal type stuff? Maybe an abandoned house where someone made a sound who wasn't there. He says, let's hear the stories. TPR, I'm black, and I live on the West Coast. We don't have shit like that out here. LA is not a scary. We don't do that. That happens on the East Coast and down south where there's old stuff. So I got absolutely nothing. Because if there's some scary stuff happening, I go the other way. I'm not going to inspect. I'm not trying to find out what happened. Even if it sounds remotely like something, I'm out. We're leaving. So I have nothing for this at all.
Donnie, do you have something? Because I have a lot.
In the South.
You muted. You muted.
Oh yeah, you're not there. We're not getting any audio from you, sir.
No, we're not getting nothing.
So go ahead and tell your story, Delvin.
Yeah, I'll tell. I have several. I'll tell one of them right now. I don't know if I ever talked about this on the show. I used to have. I think I have. Nope, still can't
You're
hear you.
muted, but you also have the mute button on.
Yeah,
Like in the software, it's muted.
yeah.
Nothing.
Well, I'll
Testing?
keep going. There you go. You're back.
There it is. I was testing in the testing settings while you guys were like, "You're muted." I'm like, "No, I know." It's because I didn't want to interrupt the show, and you guys are like interrupting.
Yeah, it's just interrupting. We don't care.
Yeah, yeah. But when I was younger, I had bouts of sleep apnea. Not sleep apnea.
I don't
sleep
think you have
paralysis.
bouts of sleep apnea. Okay, thank you. I was
Sleep
gonna say, you don't
paralysis.
have bouts of sleep apnea. Donnie and I have sleep apnea.
Yeah,
You don't have
I
bouts of that.
I had bouts of sleep paralysis. And what would happen? And when I say bouts, it was like once, maybe every 2 years, or something like that. And what they call it in the South was you have the devil on your back. And what would happen was, it's the real thing. You can look it up.
I've had sleep paralysis before, sir.
Yes. What would happen would be I'd wake up in the middle of the night and I can't move. I can't move. I can't do anything. But I would see something that looks like a spirit. Like just like in the corner of the room. And I couldn't do nothing but just sit there and stare at it for several hours. It is a terrifying experience. But I've only experienced that. I want to say like I haven't experienced it in a long time now. And then speaking of, I'm probably going to experience it again. But, but yeah, I haven't experienced that in a long, long time. It's one of the most terrifying things you could ever experience because you can't move, you can't talk, and you just have to sit there and wait till it's over with. And I remember, like, I want to say when I was married, it happened to me one time, and my wife was next to me, and I can feel her presence, and I know she was there, but I couldn't get help, and it kind of felt like a horror movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I've
Fucking
had
sucks.
sleep paralysis several times. And I realized what it was. I'm like, oh shit, here we go again. I just forced myself to go back to sleep because all it is your mind is conscious, but your body is still in REM sleep.
Yes.
I wouldn't call that paranormal activity.
But did you see anything?
Oh, I saw all kind of stuff.
See,
But again, it's
You're
just
in a
again,
dream state.
you're just in a dream state. It's nothing paranormal about that. That's everybody has that. It's nothing
I don't
that
think
I
everybody has
would
that.
consider.
Which is weird.
How many people have you heard talk about sleep paralysis?
I don't just go around and ask people about sleep paralysis. Like, hey, did you see demons in your
I
sleep?
didn't know that was a thing until like 3 years ago.
Oh, I've known about it for I don't know how long. It's pretty common.
Okay, then, so want to get to the real paranormal
give me
thing
the,
then?
give me the real scary stuff.
Okay, my grandmother's still at the office, working.
Okay, now see that's creepy as shit. And that only happens in
Yeah.
the South. I swear to God. South
Yeah.
and the East Coast.
We've deduced that she's still there in the office. Because sometimes when I come to work early in the morning,
Imagine dying and then still going to work.
That's some serious dedication.
that is-
The scariest hell I've ever heard.
that is
what the
apropos
fuck?
that is apropos to what my grandmother would 100% do. Because she liked work that much because she thought it gave her purpose. So what would happen was, and this is not only me, this is people, everybody who comes in the office at different times of the day. I would come and open the office up, right? I would go in, start setting up stuff. Then all of a sudden I hear the door open and close. Like a big heavy door, like doof, doof. Door's locked. No one can, like, unless you have keys, you can't come in. It's like, what the fuck is that? Y'all go look around. Nobody's there. Sit down. You hear another door open and close, like a bathroom door open and close. Like, no one is here. You go around, look around in the office, like, no one's here. And then, so I tell the other lady who works for me, her name's Lisa, to like, hey, yeah, I've been hearing, like, and this only happened after my grandmother passed away. Never before she passed away. That's how we deduced it was her. So I told the lady Lisa, who worked for me, like, hey, this is what's happening, right? She like, that can't be happening. Then one day, we're in the office, and she fucking hears it. And she's like, I think there's somebody at the door. I go up to the door, there's nobody at the door. Like, there's nobody there. I look outside. Nobody outside. Then I sit down. Maybe like 10, 15 minutes. We hear the bathroom door open and close. No one else is in the office. They're like, no one else is here. And she's starting to freak out. She's like, this is fucking weird. A couple days go by, we don't think about it again. Me, Lisa, and the other lady who works in the office is there. The same fucking thing happens. We hear the front door. They're like, hey, Delvin, somebody's at the front. Like, no, it isn't. Somebody's here. And then we hear the bathroom. And everybody like, that is so weird. And I kind of say that has to be my grandmother because she was older, she was always going in and out the bathroom. And when she would open the front door, because the door was so heavy, she'd open it up all the way and let the bitch slam. So every time we hear that door open and slam, like, oh, that must be grandma coming in here. Because nothing else bad happens. Nothing bad happens between it, but we hear it. And then it goes the same way every time. We hear the door open and close, and then we'll hear the bathroom door open and close. And the thing about it is, I know it's the bathroom. It's not one of those doors that, like the window blow it closed, nothing like that. No, the door's always closed. So no one else could possibly open the door up and close it back unless you're in there. So it's like, it's got to be grandma. Because it didn't happen before she passed away. It only happened till after she passed away. and we still hear it once in a while from time to time in the office. Just there.
When you hear it, do you be like, "Hey, grandma"?
Sometimes I do, and when I do that, it scares people. They're like, "Stop doing that!" Like, no.
Scared my
her.
cat back. You've seen too many scary movies.
Yeah. And my mom,
That's a crazy story, man.
Yeah, my mom says she's been in this very house because my grandma was still alive. She said she's felt spirits, and my cousin who passed away, she said one time she was in here and she heard the door open and close at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and it freaked her out so bad she ran out the room and ran outside and wouldn't go back in the house.
Have you seen Presence yet?
I have not.
You need to watch it.
All right. Yeah, I've had several experiences with paranormal, weird stuff. My mom sends me stuff that she's seen. She sent me something that she thought was aliens. Yeah.
My wife believes all this shit. Anytime we're in Savannah or any historic place, we go to New Orleans, she definitely wants to do all the ghost tours. It's hilarious. She likes horror movies now because of me forcing her to watch them. But like it was never like her bag, like when we first met, right? So that's like something she's adopted for me. And so like she doesn't strike me as somebody that if I wasn't in the picture, I don't think she'd be into horror. But yet she loves paranormal ghost shit, hauntings, like loves that shit. I always make fun of her about it because I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely not doing that shit. So I don't really have any. I've got one kind of story that I can tell. It's not nearly as elaborate as Delvin's, but I did experience some creepy shit. It's not paranormal by any means, but some creepy shit. So I used to sleepwalk as a kid, pre-teenager, like my early years. I would sleepwalk. I'd end up outside. I'd sleep on the porch. I remember they came back. We have the porch one time. It was like a common thing that I did for like, I don't know, like maybe like 4 or 5 years. And I remember seeing the doctors about it, and they all said I grew out of it, and I did. I hadn't stopped walking forever. Just a couple of weeks ago, not maybe 6 weeks ago. I woke up early, maybe like 4 a.m, and I heard my dog barking outside, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Because the dog sleeps in my room. So I woke up Melissa, and I was like, "Did they never let the dogs in? Like, have they been out all night?" And so we get up and start. My daughter had got up and let the dog out, completely asleep the whole time.
Oh.
Had no idea. She had gotten up, got into our room, got the dog, walked downstairs, opened it, walked outside, came back in, fell back asleep, and had no recollection. Like we woke her up, she's like, "What?" None. No idea. Looked on the camera, it's super creepy. Like it's just almost catatonic. It's like very paranormal activity. She's kind of like droning through the room. You're like, oh, it's super creepy. She has no idea. To this, she's like, I still don't remember. She's like, none. Even the next day. She's never done it either. It's never happened before. It's not like something she did once, but like this is the first time she's ever done it.
Wow. Shit like that is why I don't even want cameras in my house, because I don't need to see that. Because if I see that, I have to move. Like I'm not staying here.
All right, so I have a paranormal story. I've told my wife this because I make fun of her all the time. I've never believed it. Still don't believe it. But this is my experience, and I'll tell it. Shortly after we moved into this house that we're currently in, this is back in 2015. I think we've been here maybe a month or two. Not like like short, like we just moved in. I woke up to make breakfast one morning. It's like a kick that I do every so often. Not maybe like once every couple months. I'll wake up super early. You guys have seen it. We've been talking long enough. You guys, sometimes I'm I am up sometimes at like 5 or 6, right? So I wake up at like 5 a.m. I'm gonna get up and make biscuits and gravy, and make breakfast for everybody. Kind of wake everybody up, start brewing some coffee. I walk down the hallway, and so like straight down my hallway, so my view, I can see into the living room, and straight in front of me on the hallway wall is where our living room couch is, right? So it's all in one straight line. So I walk towards the living room couch and I make a right to go into the kitchen, right? So I'm just walking straight. I'm walking straight down the hallway and I'm like, I'm about to make breakfast. I'm thinking I'm about to wake up the kids. And I start walking and I look forward and I see the back of a head on my couch like a child. And the kind of playing I hear like a girl, I totally think it's Victoria. When I tell you I totally think it's Victoria, I'm telling you that I vividly walked by and talked to what I thought was a kid sitting on my couch. Thinking it was my daughter. Like I walked down the hallway seeing what I thought was a person on my couch making noises. I spoke to it. I was like, good morning, you're up early. Walked into the kitchen, still hearing what I think I'm hearing sitting on my couch. I start making breakfast and I'm like, so why are you up so early? No response. What? Hey, why are you up? Look around, there's nobody there. And I've never felt so freaked out in my life. I stopped everything and went to my wife like a bitch.
Yeah, I've had
because when I tell you that I believe every bit of the words I'm telling, I was there, and that's exactly what happened to my recollection. Like I'm telling you, my wife is like, you were drinking, you were something. I don't remember. She's making up excuses. I'm like, I'm telling you, I spoke to it. That's how real this was. It's like I wasn't like maybe it was a shadow or like the clothes were piled and all the lights were on. Like I looked and spoke to it and it wasn't there. And that creeps me out. I've never had anything like that since. Never had anything like that before. But for that period of time, maybe I was still in some sort of REM state. I don't know. I can't say it, but I remember it like it was yesterday. I have the picture. I have the image like seared in my brain when I think I was talking to. You know what I'm saying? Like I could still see it.
Yeah.
I'm like, you don't understand. I seen it. I was there.
Nope. Time to put the house on the market. We got to go.
We've never had a problem since. Anything. Nothing at all. Not even like weird or out of place. Anything like that. No weird noises. I normally never believe. I don't think you can believe in lots of watch all the horror movies. You're like, come on. None of this is. But that one almost got me.
Yeah, nah, man. I'm good.
I think I told this story before. I'm almost positive. Like it's somewhere in our archives because I remember it freaked the shit out of me when it happened. I was like, guys, let me tell you what the fuck just went down in my fucking kitchen.
That's crazy.
I was freaked. I definitely freaked because it was a kid.
Yeah, that would have terrified me.
Yeah.
I would have been inconsolable. It's time to go. I can't stay here. There's demons and spirits. I gotta go. No, thank you.
Yep.
Well, we've made it to the end of the episode. After hearing that nonsense, please bring some of your scary ghost stories, things you've experienced, into our Discord. Throw them in the general chat where Delvin never goes. So he'll never see any of it. But it'll be there for, the rest of our community to talk about some crazy paranormal shit like Donnie talking to some little girl in his living room that wasn't actually there.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man.
Ooh.
Walk in, start talking to your kid like you always do, and then you turn a corner and realize there's nobody there. Shit'll freak you out, man.
1,000%.
Yeah.
1,000%. Ugh. I would never be the same. Nope.
I would play us out with our outro, but whatever mic issue I had a few minutes ago, I have no controls.
All right.
Well,
I can't press on any of that. I can open chats, and I can end the stream, but I cannot play a bumper.
All right. Well, go ahead.
I think you guys just have to sing it.
Nobody's sleeping
in the middle of the bed.
Find it.
The middle of the bed is only when you do the business.
I'm not sure if this is latency or just bad.
Who knows?
Both.
Who knows? We're
All
not
right,
doing that
fuckers.
again. It's been real.
Good night.
Peace, love, and hair grease. Play some goddamn video games.
Peace.
Nobody's sleeping in the middle of the bed. The middle of the bed is only where you do the business. But when everybody's ready to sleep, it's the side of the bed that can't be beat. It's the middle of the bed where lovers meet. But when it comes time to slumber, it's the edges. Ooh, 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 the edges.